Hello and welcome, gentlemen. We're back. Not only are we back, we're better than ever. And we're gonna hop into some cast coaching in just a second. I gotta get my OBS turned on. Let me make sure the Twitch is set up as well. I have fantastic internet now, so we should be able to not lag. I hope over the course of the stream. But I might sound a little bit echoey. And as a result, well, that's a result of me moving apartments. So bear with me, guys. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back. We're streaming on a Wednesday. We don't normally stream on a Wednesday. The only reason I'm doing today is because I moved this weekend. As you can hear with the echoey microphone. If you can't, then whatever. But I moved this weekend. And as a result, I just wasn't able to do anything on Monday, which is when I normally do it. But it's good to see everybody. Let me drop the notification in the server. Notification. We are live. Oh my goodness, we're live. Today on the agenda, nothing crazy. Okay, starting Friday, we're going to start doing extra content. I know I talked about it before, but I just didn't have time to set it up today. We're going to do Courts Pro analysis. We're going to do Cassidy matchup analysis, or tier list. That's actually going to be a tier list. And then I've got a few other things in the works, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. So we are going to go ahead and hop into the coaching. But we do have some recent requests, but I'm going to do one from last week that I wasn't able to finish because I had to leave early. So we're gonna, whoops, not tail, it has a tail. I don't know why that came up. Let me get this code. So 70BCQ7. Does this not work? There it is. Oh, it's on my list. Okay, cool. The codes did not get wiped. That's very fortunate. So we're gonna take a look at this code, and then once again, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, just let me know, and we can go ahead and hop into it. But this was a VOD from Lego Master. He played Soldier at the beginning here. I'm just going to skip all the Soldier gameplay, and then we'll just go straight to Cass. Basically, on Soldier, he just didn't control the right lane, or sorry, the left lane with the mini side, and that was about it. But we're going to go ahead and hop into this. Okay, so just looking at team comps here. Also, it's kind of loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, that's a lot. That's probably too much. So just looking at team comps here, we're going to have a pocketed Fair Mercy and a Doomfist with the Life Weaver. Okay, so basically, whoa, what? That is not what I want. I didn't even know you could do that. So these guys are going to be playing together, and then you have your only backline really is a single Life Weaver. So ideally, especially on control, you're going to be looking to play as mobile as possible given this comp, right? I mean, there's just not really a backline for you to stack on. You technically have a Life Weaver you could be playing with, but even then, I mean, who knows what this guy's going to do? You could, from a macro perspective, just stack on this guy, but it's more going to be about rotating early and playing your life. Just because the rest of your team is dive. Nice kill on the Pharah. I like you playing in main here. I think this is fine. I would just like one thing to just keep in mind about your movement in particular. Whenever you're how should I explain this? You're jumping a little bit too much. I'll just say it plainly. You're just jumping a little bit too much. In the middle of fights where you could be peeking into anybody, I prefer you not jump. There's some times where jumping is appropriate, like specifically when you're trying to dodge specific cooldowns, or you don't want your enemies to hear the footsteps or make it less obvious, your footsteps less obvious. But in this situation, you're just jumping a little bit too much. Yeah, you're just kind of moving around a lot. Like shooting this Doomfist and shooting this Tracer could have been a little bit easier for you. It also looks like your aim is quite erratic. I don't know if you're playing on, it looks like you're playing on a really high sensitivity. Like here, for example, you walk back, which is whatever, bam, and then instant flick to the left and then a correction. Part of it's your movement as well, but it just looks like you have a high sensitivity. Also, these are all body shots. And I need you to be aiming at head level at all times. Wait, does this even pass the crosshair placement rule? Oh man, it doesn't. Here's fine. Here's not fine. Okay, well. It looks like crosshair placement is a consistent issue for you. Keep in mind, you need to be aiming at head level always. Always aiming at head level. I never want to see you aiming at the floor. If you're aiming at the floor, you are trolling, okay? Do not aim at the floor. But I didn't... Okay, look. I should have canceled this VOD because of the aim requirement, the crosshair placement requirement. But because I made you wait a week, I'm gonna go ahead and do the review anyway. So we're just gonna keep chugging along here. Okay, so just keep in mind you're gonna bleed an actual insane amount of value because you're not aiming head level. And I need you to aim head level literally any single time you can. Like here, aiming head level, why are we aiming at this guy's feet? Why are we aiming at feet in general? So I'm cracking open a kombucha. Okay, here I like the angle. I would have like a good. I would have liked to seen a flash come out on the Doomfist, but whatever. Also, like, the reason I don't really mind this angle too much is because your DPS has been playing this side of the map. Okay, you're Pharah, but whenever, typically in Overwatch, as a rule of thumb for your macro, is you don't want to double up with your other DPS, and the reason being is it's ideal for you and your other DPS to not be taking the same space because you open up more room for possibilities for your team, right? Like let's say you're playing here where your Lifeweaver is and your Pharah is playing here. Now your team effectively controls this whole space, right? But if you and your Pharah double up, like your Pharah comes in main, for example, then you don't have as much actual space control. So this is less playmaking can happen with this space, okay? So typically I don't like it when you double up, right? But there are some exceptions to the rule. Typically there'll be situations where the only good angle you have is by doubling up, right? So let's say the enemy team is playing something like a Soj, Hog, a Risk, Soj, Hog, I don't know, like Hanzo, whatever, like super long range spammy comp. You playing here as Cassidy doesn't really make a lot of sense, okay? So then your best lane would be this left lane, which would also coincidentally be Pharah's best lane. Okay, so there are some situations where the enemy team comp and your team comp changes the dynamic, and sometimes you do have to double up, and it's kind of up to the other DPS to you or the other DPS to do something else in the mid fight. So just kind of keep that in mind, right? If you can avoid doubling up, do so. But if you find yourself in a situation where the only good point of the map is where your other DPS is, then you have to make it work. But like, for a good reason, like another reason I don't really mind Lego Master playing here in this situation is because there's not really a great way for him to die, okay? So his Weaver's playing here and has been playing at least, I'm pretty sure, on this high ground most of the game. So it's pretty easy for him to get saved by his team, and he's really far away and not isolated at all, right? If our ally Doomfist needed to come back for whatever reason, he could, and be easy for him to live, right? He's playing against a primarily dive-esque team with a really unbowable backline, so it's really easy for him to play this angle and just get a bunch of value as they try to dive in and just can't get help from their supports. So I think in terms of like a raw macro, this is a fine play. I would like to see you play left side never mind. I don't want to see you play the left side, but playing the left side is not good here because you're gonna get isolated and then just die to the enemy dive comp, right? So playing in main is fine. And a big reason, in my opinion, actually, let's see how it kind of unfolds here. Where is Pharah? Where is ally Pharah? Oh, she died. I didn't even realize. So I think this fight is 4v5. Yeah, so you kind of die because it's a 4v5. Because your ally Pharah is not putting out any pressure, so they can take space for free. So, also part of why this feels awkward to you, let's see. Okay, so here you just need to know about. Here would have been a perfect time to use the roll tech. So let me actually just show you this real quick. So there's a roll tech on Helios. So let me go to Heroes, General, cooldown time to 0, map. Okay, it's gonna take. I'm gonna have to re-roll a few times. But this is a really important roll tech to know because it really changes the dynamic on how you play Cassidy on well. Let's see, am I lucky? I am lucky. Okay, so this roll tech is pretty important to know because it completely changes your playbook on Helios. So there's 2 ways to do it. You can get up here, basically. This is how it works. There's 2 ways to do it. You can break this fence, and then you can roll tech off this. It's just a normal roll tech. It's relatively easy. Let me actually put up my input overlay. Okay. You can see on the right side of my worm here. It's just a normal roll tech. You just walk up to it. You don't even have to hold forward, and you can get it pretty much every time. Alternatively, there's this one, which is a little bit harder. I believe it's just a normal roll tech as well. Yeah. It's a normal roll tech, but you have to like hold backwards after you do it, or like hold a directional input, and it's way less consistent. Let me see if I can even get it. Oh, I think you might have to. As you can see, I don't use this one in game. I just know it exists. The only one I do use is this one here on the coast. Let me see if I can get this real quick. Oh my gosh, bro. Come on, bro. Okay, you can get it though. You can get it. But it's inconsistent. It's possible. I'm sure there's a lineup that I just don't know about, but it is possible. Maybe you can do it this way. No, it doesn't look like it. But yeah, so you just need to know this one, and this would have positioned you really well against the Pharah. This fight's way easier. It's also way harder to get dove by Doomfist here, but this will really elevate your Helios well for sure. Well, let me go back. Leave game. Nope, that's not what I want. Exit, yes. Then we're going to go to career profile, history, replay, scroll all the way down, hit the Helios. Okay, so back to the game. I wish I had like 2 copies of Overwatch playing at the same time so I can tab out. But yeah, also this was a 4v5, so I think that's a big reason why this is lost. So I think we get res? No, we just walk back. Okay. So here, what you need to be doing is as you're walking back from spawn, I need you to be looking through the wall to see where your team is. Okay. So we should be seeing right now, we should be seeing my Pharah and my Mercy are farting. What? They're fighting on the right side, and my Doomfist is in right now. Okay. I wish you could see ally health bars through the wall. You can't, which sucks, but I wish you could. But either way, we should be looking at both of these things and trying to make the most educated decision possible based on the information we have. Okay, if I had to, given the information here, I think your best play, and if I were you, I would be going into the mini room on the left side and trying to control the left side of the map. Okay, so I would be, whoops, sorry, you still see the drawings here. But I would be coming up into this mini room like this, and then I would be playing here, and depending on the situation, I wouldn't try to extend super far because if I'm here and I get dove by Doomfist, I'm fried, but I can trade out for backline. So it's just going to depend on the situation, right? But I would definitely be looking to play the left side of the map here for sure. It looks like your Weaver has the same idea, right? I think your Weaver actually does make the play. Where does he go? Oh no, he just plays a main. Yeah, but here's the problem, right? Because you don't come left side, you guys are just gonna get stuffed here, right? If you went left, you would have fought the Weaver. You maybe could have forced the Doom dive, right? Like let's say this, right? Let's say we do come this way and we fight this Weaver who is standing like about here, and the Doomfist dives us. Okay, cool. That just means my whole ally team can walk forward, and now your job as Cassidy is to just not die. Okay, so that would have been your game plan. But we don't do that. We just kind of stand in main and then just give up a bunch of space, and now there's no playmaking happening, right? So that's my critique here. Whoops, we still have some squiggles. Okay. Here it's kind of the same thing, right? I mean, keep in mind, possession of point is not in our hands; it's in the enemy hands right now. So it's up to us really to try to make a play happen. And I'm not saying you need to you know, stroll back into their back line, right? But it's like we should be taking the initiative and looking for something. Right now, this side of the map is open, and our Doomfist is over here as well. So, and our Weaver is, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, our Weaver is playing here. Our Weaver could also be helping us on this angle as well. So I'd try to take a little bit more initiative. Because here, you're just not going to be able to do anything. Like, the reason this feels bad is because there's no playmaking available to you. It's not like this is... Would I say this is trolling? No, I don't think you're trolling, right? Trolling would be like come out main, roll forward, and then 80 try to live here, right? You're playing cover, you're obeying like the basic principles of Overwatch, but you're just not going to be able to carry this game because of your position, right? In the fight before, I thought it was fine because the enemy team was pushing forward, right? They were like right here, and you're able to shoot them and deny the space. I'm also pretty sure we had possession, right? That's not true in this situation. So this is just gonna inherently feel bad. Yeah, and because you're stuck on this side of the map, and I think your Doom died. Yeah, so now there's no space control. You needed to kite after your Doom died because this is for sure lost. And then also dying late here is gonna suck really bad because you're gonna get a late spawn and there's only one fight left. Well, at least if the enemies still have possession. So it was this death is terrible because you're also gonna miss the wave, the respawn wave. Yeah, look, your Doomfist is gonna spawn. There's like, hold on. There's like 10 seconds between you. This is the Doomfist spawn timer, and that's your spawn timer. You have like 10 seconds extra you have to wait now because you died so late in the fight. Yeah, you needed to get out. That's a really bad death. It's a really bad death. Yeah, look, you're gonna be late to this fight now. This sucks. So the fight's already happening, and you have no control over what happens. Yeah, you had no control over this fight, and that's because you died late. But yeah. So if you keep in mind, like, how you win games, okay, as a framework for climbing in Overwatch, you want to maximize the amount of plays you can make and minimize the amount of times you throw, basically. Minimize the amount of mistakes you make that could be capitalized on by the enemy team, right? And the thing is, if you play Cassidy in a position like I was just talking about, what can you even do from this side of the map? Like, really, I mean, you technically do have this flank available to you, but you're going to get stuffed by Doomfist, right? You're going to, like, this is not a really great fight for you against Doomfist. So that's not something you really want to do. And then you're going to walk into a Zen in the back line who's going to know you're going to be there, right? It's just going to be tough, right? This is, I think, going to be optimal. But either way, the reason I bring this up is it's because, like, the only thing you can do here is to tap somebody. And, I mean, you can do that in any position, right? So why not take the better position that might let you carry the game? But yeah, that was it. Okay. Montana, welcome. I'm finishing up this Lego Master VOD, and then we can take a look at yours. Okay, so we catch the Tracer. You're jumping way too much. I need you to stop jumping. Okay, it's like giving me motion sickness. And then that roll was bad. Also, your crosshair placement is like... I hope you can kind of see how the crosshair placement is adding up. Right? We're aiming at the floor. That could have been a headshot with better crosshair placement. And then she would have probably been dead, actually. Let's see. No, she wouldn't have died, but she'd be low. So, I studied Kyo. So, I used to play this map mainly on the right side, and I'd go for these right side fights around the pillar. But I studied other pros, and they basically just stand on these rocks and just shoot the whole time. And I think it makes sense. The reason this is good is because basically all of these fights here are within 20 to 25 meters or something like that. And it's always in your effective range, unless the fight is like way back here. Of course, you just can't even see them anyway because there are walls in the way, right? So playing on these rocks is typically fine because also you can roll backwards and you're really hard to kill without a hard commitment from a dive. So I think standing on these rocks and just shooting them is probably your best play because it's really risk adverse and you can just do a lot of damage and be fine. It's a lot different than the other map where they had easy access to cover and it was not your, you had to expose yourself a lot. Here, there's not as much risk. Also, the other plays, the issue on this map in particular is the other plays are a lot higher risk, right? So if you come out this way, you can get booped by Doomfist. It's easy to get dove. If the mega is down, there's not really, something for you to fall back on. Also, this way, I actually would like a little bit more, to be honest with you, because it's harder to get to this position for most heroes. Like Tracer is really difficult to get here. Doomfist is gonna have to come into cooldown, right? It's gonna be a lot harder for the enemy team to reach you. But also the downside of this is the rotation out is really long, right? You're gonna have to roll and then walk a ton or drop on the point, which neither are optimal, right? So I think playing in the middle on the rocks I was talking about is kind of your, you know, best of both worlds. No Hannah Montana. Okay. Nice shots. Good flash. Turning for the Tracer because she's convenient. Perfect. I like this a lot. I think this is all fine. Don't like that roll. Don't like this roll. I think this roll's lazy. But I like that roll though. I like the target focus on the Mercy too. I think this fight was fine. I think it was actually excellent. Great job. I'm sure there was like one or two things like flash usage or something could have been better, but I think it was all good. Here, I'm a big fan of, sorry for the yawn. I'm a big fan of this angle because you can deny this exactly what the Tracer is doing right now. You can deny the rotation and you can see them as they walk in. So I prefer sitting on the right side. Yeah, I would be marking the Tracer. Yeah, but the problem is you're doing it from back here. So it's a lot more narrow of an angle. I would be doing it from here. With the idea of jumping up and then jumping the point. Or I guess this is like, you know, not as bad as being over here in my opinion. Like this is probably fine too. I just played slightly differently. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know why we're giving up so much space. We're full HP, all cooldowns. Right? I mean, we're about to have flash. Bro, stop the Tracer from taking the space. What are you doing? Bro, just stand here and shoot him. Look, you don't even have to. Bro, if you shoot him one time in the balls, or I guess her, never mind. Okay, if you shoot them one time, you're going to be fine. Okay, they're going to give up this space. They're going to stop trying to push. That's what your team needs you to do right now. But the problem is you don't do that at all. You give up all this space to the Tracer who's in. And now this Doomfist gets to do this basically for free at no cost. Right? What you should have done is you should have backed up here, played here, zoned out the Tracer. Like you could have done anything, but giving up the space was definitely not the play. Because now the enemy team has more space to make plays with, and it's going to be a lot harder for you to win the fight. Okay. Don't Deadeye, because it's about to end. She's going to fly away anyway. You Deadeye now. Now would have been a good Deadeye. Just force the Reaper to get out. Have you used Deadeye? I don't even think you used Deadeye last map. What, 748? Yeah, you don't even use Deadeye. Oh, wait, yeah, you do. No, you don't. Yeah, what the heck? Use your ultimate, bro. So this would have been like, even if you Valk the Mercy, this was actually, in hindsight, now that I think about it, this is probably actually a good Valk, or good Deadeye on the Mercy. She flies away. No, I think it's bad. She's just going to fly away, so you're not going to kill her. If you hit a shot and then Deadeye, I think it's good. But like here, I think would be good because you're going to force his Reaper out. And does he have Wraith? He does have Wraith, so you'd force out Wraith. But I think that's probably fine. Because you giving up all the space is just zero value. Yeah. There's Wraith. Now Deadeye. Now we need Deadeye. Bro, where's my ultimate ability at? I know there's a tree in the way, but it's like, it still would have done something. Because like, what are we? I mean, the only thing we're doing here is living. That's a good flash, by the way. That's a good flash. Good roll and good flash. But I also think his Doom is dumb. I don't think this Doom. Okay, I mean, we're not gonna talk about it. He should have just insta punch. I think he would have got you. I still think this is winning for you though. He could have blocked too. I don't know why he didn't block. Oh, whatever. This Doom misplayed that, but we can't. We're not the Dooms. Who cares? Yeah, I like this thing a lot. No, don't give it up that easy, bro. No, we don't gotta give it up that easy. Until you see this Doomfist slam where you're chilling, bro. Bam, 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 bam. No. Just stand here, bro. Dodge his Zen thing. Bam, 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 bam. And now back up. Now I need you to back up. This is too premature. Also, whenever you're rotating out, don't rotate this way. What are you doing? I need you to come back this way because it's the same principles earlier, right? You're going to give up a whole bunch of space. You give up the whole left lane here to the enemy team for basically no reason. And I'm not asking you to suicide, right? I'm asking you to literally mark the angle. Like, shoot them as they come in type situation. What'll end up happening is you'll just hold S key all the way back here and just keep shooting them over and over and over again, right? The goal is not so much as to kill them, but to stop them from taking the space. That is more your objective. Okay, no. Now he's AFK up here. Can we have avoided this? I mean, you had roll on cooldown. Yeah, you had roll, so that's just a use roll situation. Or honestly, so your first problem is you should be on the right side of the map right now. You should 100% be on the right side of the map. You should be like over here. Because what would end up happening is you would be standing here and you'd realize, oh, they're not actually coming to this side of the map to fight me. Or they're not trying to take this space. Okay, that means I'm gonna use this space effectively. So then you would have went blam, and then actually the Zen probably would have died. And then, or you get doped by Tracer. But I'm pretty sure you live anyway, because your Kiri just popped Suzu or popped ulti, and your Weaver is gonna probably react to it, I would imagine. I think you would have been fine. I also don't even think the Tracer would shoot you. But yeah, but notice how there's no playmaking. The only play you're making right now is living. That's it. Which sometimes is your best play. I mean, to be honest, sometimes that is just your best play. But here it's like, you know, we had no control over the outcome of the fight because we didn't fight for this space. And because we didn't fight for the space, there was no opportunity like this to shoot the Zen. And then it was just like game over. Okay. So that was the problem with this fight. Also, I needed you to use Deadeye the fight before this one. But... wow, this kombucha is good. Wow, holy moly. Highly recommend the Sprouts strawberry lemonade kombucha. Anyway. Bro, I need you to aim head level. You're actually like, I'm starting to get mad. I mean, I don't know why I'm even saying that. This is so counterproductive. But, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, if you aim head level, maybe kill Zen there. Whatever. Whatever. This is just cost of doing business. I actually don't even really mind the angle. I think you definitely go too wide on the angle, right? There's no reason we should be this wide to shoot the Zen. Like, look, bro, look at from the Zen's POV. Look how wide you are. Here's the wall. Here's you. You're like, that's like 2 meters. That's crazy. You should be here max. Because the idea is that you go wide enough to be able to see the Zen, and if he makes a rotation, he'll still be in your LOS, and then you can just roll back to cover, right? Which you kind of had the idea, but you just go too wide in this particular moment, right? And it is unfortunate you rolled too early, but honestly, this happens a lot. So, I guess you could have tracked the pulse bomb, but she's not even on your screen, bro. I mean, there you could have read the body language and see that you're gonna get rolled. But honestly, you're probably dead either way with this Reaper TP coming out. Like, really, what we needed to do is just play closer to the wall. And then bam, bam, roll out. Actually, you probably should have rolled out immediately after you saw your Doomfist get out. Because now, what are these guys going to do? They're going to turn and shoot you, right? So, after your Doom gets out, you need to get out. Because as Cassidy, you never want to be the furthest man forward. And right now, you are. And yeah, you die for it. So, that was that mistake. Okay. So here, what I want to see you get creative. I want to see you go over here, jump from here to here, jump up this thing, and then stand here and shoot them. That's what I want to see from you. You can do that, right? I'm pretty sure you can do that. If you can't do this, I'm pretty sure you can, but you can also jump here, jump up here. I want to see you do either of those. Why is this the play I want to see? One, it's going to be basically impossible for these guys to deal with you. Like, I have no idea how these people would deal with you on that high ground. He would have to slam, then punch you in the air, like cancel the slam animation. When Tracer would just have to shoot you. She has no other option. Reaper can TP, but he can TP anywhere, right? So it just kind of doesn't even matter. But I would like to see you do either one. Jump up here or jump up here and then shoot them from there. I think this would be great plays. And it also prevents you from getting stuffed. Okay, wait, what? So we come left side. I'm not entirely against coming left. I think it's probably fine. But here, we need to start taking space. You see the Wraith come out. This guy's going to give up a bunch of space. The enemy team is likely all backing up. Okay, I didn't see the state of all the cooldowns, but they're likely going to concede even more space in this. Whoops. So we need to start taking even more space in this. You turn for the Tracer, whatever, but we need to go, bro. Yeah, honestly, dude, you had it. Just go this way. Just go this way. They're all kiting. They're all kiting right now. So come this way, and then get aggressive. Bam. 2-tap the Zen. Cool. You're in a montage now. Quadruple tap this Mercy in the air. My go. Oh, big Deadeye. I like the Deadeye. I like to play a lot. I just wish you were here a little bit earlier. But I like to play. I don't know why I'm yawning. Why am I yawning, bro? I gotta wake up. Streamer has to wake up. Ooh. Wait, Demon Weaver. Oh. Okay, well, whatever. Just roll off the pedal. What did you see in the Deadeye? Was this blind? I don't look. I think the problem with this is I think I would consider this a blind Deadeye. I would consider this a blind Deadeye. Because here's the problem. It's pretty clear to me that at this point you're 100% sold on the idea of popping Deadeye on main. The reason being is that you actually don't see a single soul on your screen and Zen is in trans. If you swung this corner and weren't 100% convinced on Deadeye, you would have realized that Deadeye's not really going to be able to do anything right now. And then you could have gone even wider and used it like here, or you could have unswung and done something else, or you could have just shot somebody. So I'm not 100% sold. I'm pretty confident that you probably lose games because you do Deadeyes like this. So as a rule of thumb, don't have the mindset where you're going to be like, I'm going to turn the corner in Deadeye. I'm going to turn the corner in Deadeye. Don't do that. I want you to turn the corner and then decide. 95% of scenarios should be like that. There's very few situations where you need to be committed to the idea and do it then. Because I'm just not convinced that you saw what the state of the fight was and then used Deadeye. I'm not convinced. I'm pretty sure you walked over there with it in mind. And then we go Tracer to touch. Cool. Our team clutches up. Okay.
All comes down to this. The final draw.
The final draw. Alright, so we go top. So your rollouts on this map are top or bottom left. They're playing Doomfist, so I think you should go top. Anytime they're playing a dive hero, you should prioritize going top. If they're playing ground tanks, I actually think going bottom is going to be better for you. Because a lot of the time, you know what? Never mind, scratch that. I'm not 100% sold. It's just you have bottom or top pick. I think it's merit to both plays. The biggest problem with top is that you're gonna get outranged up here. If they're playing something like a Sojourn or an Ashe or even like a Pharah or something like that, you're just gonna get outranged. Alright, so typically you can just come top and then realize you're outranged and then drop. So if I had to recommend a rollout to you guys, just go top every time because you can always drop. But if you start on the floor, you can't always go top. That would be what I'm saying here. Okay, what happened here? Sorry, I went on a tangent. Eat a bunch of poke. Then we get dove. We run to the wall, which is a little bit unfortunate. Do not fan the hammer at this distance. Against squishies, you should typically avoid fanning the hammer. I'm not convinced it's good. Like here, this is not a fan the hammer range. This is just a shoot him range. And also, the only way you win this, if I'm going to be honest with you, is if you aim head level. And you just don't aim head level at all. So you're never going to win fights like this. And this is why it's a rule for my VOD reviews. You will never win these fights because you just don't aim for the head. Okay, and what I mean by aim for the head is not like adjusting your crosshair to his head. I mean, you literally have your crosshair here to begin with, and then you just move it laterally to click on his head. That's what you should be doing. These fights like this are impossible to win without good crosshair placement. It's basically impossible because it's stuff like this. You only live this because you get you get support pocketed. Like I'm pretty sure you're getting healed by either one of these guys. Yeah, you are. Like you can see the particles, right? That's the only reason you live this. You macro misplay and then you get bailed out by your supports. But yeah, you're never ever gonna beat this guy if you don't aim at head level all the time, which is why it's a rule. And I'm not saying this to beat it into your head. I'm saying it to beat it into everyone's head that gives me a VOD. There's a reason it's a rule. It's just you're gonna lose so much value by not aiming at head level. There's so much value. Okay. I like this. No, I don't like to roll backwards. Honestly, even a roll forwards here is good. What rank is this? If I had to guess, this is plat. Gold or plat? It's plat. Okay. Okay, look. Here's what I'm saying, bro. You, as a rule of thumb, unless you're coming out of spawn, don't roll forward until you have masters. Okay? And then we can talk about it. Because the problem is, and I talk about it a lot, but either way, I don't want to go on a tangent, but anyway, I think you should just walk. Just start walking, bro. Start taking space. Because here, bro, here's a problem. Look, and this is the same thing I was talking about when it came to doubling up. You already have 2 people here. You already have 2 people here. You do not need another guy on the angle. Bro, go point. Help your Doomfist. Come help this guy. Look, and now, because the only person on the fight... Oh my god, if I was this Doomfist, I'd be so pissed off right now. Bro. Thankfully, the Reaper rotates. But it's like, dude, that could have been really bad. If no one helped your Doomfist there, you guys lose. But try not... I need you to look through the wall and try not to double up with the DPS. Like, and this was a situation where doubling up was not needed at all. You could have went main and been fine. So here, okay, on this map, in terms of positioning... What I like doing, and I think is pretty much optimal, is you have 2 options. You really want to play around this mini room, like stage here, like here, and like in the mini room itself, or you want to just play here. These are kind of your best positions. The idea is here, whenever you're playing on this position, your idea is to catch them in their rotation to point, whenever they do come point, and then once they are point, you just shoot them in the back. Okay, because it's really hard to clear you here. You have the mega behind you, and you're really far away. And then the idea of this side is that if they do push you, like if they come this way, if they do push you, you not only have this mega, but right under my camera, there's a mini, or not only do you have this mini, there's a mini right under my camera as well. So it's really hard to clear you. And like going through all of this space and geometry is just really hard for dive heroes. So yeah, I like this as well, because also what it ends up setting you up for is if they do end up going point, you're on this side of the map and you can just shoot them on the back. It's like the same idea as the other position. So I like those positions the most. I don't really like getting that aggressive on this map. The reason being is a lot of the rotations out are just really long and really open space. The only position that makes the most sense for like an aggressive play style is somewhere over here, because you not only have this mini, but you have a lot of cover to work with and you can come back to the room. So yeah, but I don't like playing pillar at all. I think pillar sucks. So the problem with pillar, or so the advantage of pillar is you have this LOS, right? You can see the Reaper and you can see the Moira, but if they push you, your rotation out is really bad. It's really bad. Like look how open it is. You have to be really preemptive and kite conservatively to either of these. I mean, ultimately you can end up here, which is not too bad, but in this case, I would be on this side of the map contesting this mini room, and then if I do get pushed aggressively, I just back up and give space. I just try not to die. I think playing here is just, there's a lot of room for error. If they played stuff like Junker Queen or Lucio, you're gonna get fried. I wouldn't get in the habit of playing here, personally. But yeah, this is a good, okay. And I also think playing point is bad too. I would try not to play point. The problem with point is it's kind of the same thing as everything else. If they're fighting you on point, there's no cover to work with. There's like actually like 9 angles they can come from. It's just not great. And then if you have to leave point for whatever reason, all the rotations out suck. It's just, you have no answers. Right, look. And the reason we lose this fight is because we're on this right side of the map, bro. I'm being for real. Like, If you were here right now, you'd be shooting this Reaper, and then you could push aggressively, shoot the Zen, shoot the Moira. Yeah, you'd be in sync with your tank and your... Like, dude, you would have killed the Zenyatta. Yeah, but there's no playmaking to be happening because you're playing in main. Right? Right, I think the one thing you're just really not doing well on Cassidy is you're not controlling lanes. Like, one of the big things about Cassidy in general is he's really good at space denial, okay? He's really good at stopping flankers from taking angles. He's really good at marking people in rotations, but you're just not really doing that, right? You're playing in main, which will stop people from walking in main, but you can name a hero and they can also do this, okay? You're not playing Cassidy, you're just playing Overwatch right now. I need you to be here, and I need you to not deny this rotation from the enemy team. I need you on the other maps. I needed you to, like here, I needed you that one fight to fight here and deny this right side of the map. Yeah, I need you to do that. And then on this side, at some point, not every fight was optimal, but there was one fight where I needed you to come here to the left side of the map because your Pharaoh was on the right side as well, and I need you to deny this from the enemy team, and we just didn't do any of that. We didn't really think about lanes and things like that. So that was the kind of the issue. So I'm trying to get back to wherever we were. I think. Okay, so this was the first fight, and then I think this is the one. Yeah. Okay. So this is the one you just lose. Okay. Okay, unfortunate. Yeah, now we just leave. Cool. Shoot the Reaper, shoot these guys. Rotate left side. Yeah, it's going a little too fast. Let me slow it down. Yeah, this is just... Yeah, this is all fine. They make a bunch of mistakes and you guys are able to capitalize on them. So this was an easy fight. Okay. Yeah, you just kind of get a little bit ambitious here. So here, so it's fortunate that this Doomfist is low. I don't really think this is a great play from the Doomfist. I still think we should be here right now. Like, we should be fighting the soldier right now, and then just basically ignore the Doomfist. I still think this is better. Shoot the soldier, then you completely deny this rotation. You would have prevented your Kiriko from dying, and you would have prevented yourself from dying on point. So, like, going like this point fight is just really bad for Cassidy. Like, it's just really not good, right? It's pretty close range. There's not a lot of great cover to work with, and you're gonna get shot in the back, right? So I needed you to be over here denying this lane from the enemies. Because ultimately, if they do have the point, okay, you just walk forward and shoot them all in the back, and what are they gonna do? You're playing 25 meters away. But this is like an issue. There's a couple different issues here, but it's like the biggest macro issue here is it's like, I understand the Doom is low, but this is not. I mean, I don't think, given that you're here, right? Do I think you should be here? No. Okay, but given that you're here. You do see that he's low. He just committed 2 cooldowns, but we just need to not, especially after we see that he has his parry up, we definitely should not have flashed. The Family Hammer is arguable, but I mean, it's pretty telegraphed that he's going to block, right? So, and it's also, this is even more unacceptable given that you have the Fan the Hammer perk that lets you stop Fan the Hammer mid-animation. Okay, so there's just no, like, you should be, this is a micro error, like pure micro. Like, you should win that matchup. When the Doom is half HP, no cooldowns, you should win, okay? But, you know, either way, I think you should be in the mini room on the left side, not really here anyway, to begin with. So you threw this fight, unfortunately. Stop jumping, bro. You need to stop jumping. You jump, it's gonna get you killed. I don't like playing cast this map. It's okay. It just depends on what the enemy team is playing. If they're playing things that are going to consistently outrange you, or people that leverage the high ground a lot, like if they play like an Ana Zen or whatever and put them up here, there's just nothing you can do. It's just pretty much unplayable. And that's why, like, in situations like that where they do just have people up here, okay, you know what your play is? Walk this way and shoot them from here if you can, or if you can't, okay, you just deny, you shoot them from here and you just zone them out. You just zone them out, or at least you try to, and then that's all you can do, right? But sometimes you'll get held even with that, and you'll have to swap. This is a map where swapping sometimes just needs to happen for Cass. Okay, now we're doing this play. Yeah, but now, is it bad now? So first of all, our macro staging, right now, after the fight is won, ignoring that our Doomfist just got obliterated, our macro staging should be to come here. Because it's like, what lane do I want to deny? And it's like, okay, I want to deny that one. Here, we see the Doom go point. I mean, we're down one, so it's kind of like, yeah, marking the Doom's not really going to do anything because there's no one else on point. So this is kind of your best play. Did not see the Reaper. Okay. Reaper fumbled that. What's the issue here? So, oh yeah, this W key is really bad. You should have came out the door, seen them there, and then just stayed here. Is the problem. W key here is not the answer, I'm telling you. That's all this was. This is another just... I'm not too worried about that. I'm most worried about your macro. Okay, let's see. We come left side. Contest the Reaper. Don't, dude. Don't give it up. Just fight him. Just fight him, bro. Unless he's solo... I guess he could solo ult you, which would be a nightmare. But, you know what? This is probably fine. Given range situation, it's probably fine. But you see what this Reaper is doing right now? This is what you should be doing to the enemy DPS as Cassidy. Like, you need to be annoying. You need to be denying space. You need to be a kill threat. Do you need to kill people? No, you don't need to kill people. Do you need to deny space? Yes, that's how you win Overwatch. Because more space you have, the more plays you can make. And yeah, you get solo ulted. Fortunately, you get carry pocket. Good Deadeye. Yeah, okay, we just fan the hammer everybody and we win. Okay. This guy dies. Okay. And then we just win, I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think your big issue on this map is you just don't... Your biggest issue at Cassidy is you just don't really understand the idea of marking people and controlling lanes. Right, on this map, I needed you to control this lane. I needed you to do this. On this map, and I kind of went over it earlier, but just to, you know, reiterate. On this map, I needed you at some point, or there was 1 or 2 fights where I needed you to control this lane. Stop them from taking that space, or at least make it difficult to take that space. Make them use resources to take that space, right? Here on this map, I needed you at some point to do the same thing over here, right? But it's what I'm seeing is a lot of like, it doesn't look like you're very intentional with your positioning. You're kind of just playing wherever it feels comfortable, and it's only comfortable because that's what you do every game. Okay, so I need you to get out of your comfort zone a little bit more and deny those lanes and watch a bunch of my other videos, and it'll give you more insight onto where to play on specific maps and why. I really try to rationalize why specific angles are good, so hopefully that'll be helpful enough for you to improve. But okay, sorry for the delay on this one, Lego Master, but yeah, thank you for the code. Also, please practice your crosshair placement. The easiest way to do that is to boot up Baxter or Thanks 8 every single day and play for 20 minutes. Just play for 20 minutes and aim ahead. Your goal is to aim at head. Do not aim at body, just aim ahead. Is Ilios a winning map? Ruin. Ilios is a tough one. It's tough. Because well can be, all 3 of the maps can be good for Cassidy. They all can be good for Cassidy. It's not as easy, like Nepal is the easier judgment for me, right? Nepal is Nepal Sanctum is not that great for Cass. It's actually quite bad for Cass, depending on your team comp. If you're playing double hit scan, it can work for Cassidy, but if you're not, then it sucks. And then Village can also be pretty bad, and then Shrine is really good. Shrine is really good for Cassidy. Village is actually not that bad. I think Village is probably winning on average. It's just tough though. It's like control maps are. Cassidy is gonna do. Okay, let's just talk about this real quick. Well, I'm not gonna go too in depth on because I want to get through all these codes, but you should be winning on Nepal. You should be winning on Ilios. Mainly less so because of the map, but because control is a good game mode for Cassidy. Because of like the nature of the control point. In most control point, which is why Cass is also really good on Flashpoint as well. The nature of control point just makes him really good. Like because of how the enemy team has to play on point, and points typically have no cover, and all the angles around point typically are within Cass's effective range. And there's a lot of lanes to deny on control, right? Control is typically like if we think of control maps, like if you look at this left side here, they typically look something like point here, and then there's like 3 lanes, or at least 2 lanes. Maybe this one doesn't always exist, but there's like almost always 2 lanes, and you can just deny one as Cassidy, so you're typically winning. So from a map design perspective, it's pretty good for Cass generally, based on how they're built. But okay. We're gonna go ahead and hop to the next code. So next code is going to be, it was a really old one from Chicken, I think. Zaku. I need to update all of this. This is so out of date. Right, yeah, Rocket Chicken. Okay. Rocket Chicken said, I selected bronze because this isn't comp. Oh, this is quick play. Okay, we're not gonna spend a ton of time on this then. Okay, for the record, I do review quick play games because I understand that some people just don't play comp, okay? If you don't play comp, you still deserve to be able to get better at the game.
5, 4.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I can do yours, Montana. You're right. I can do yours real quick. Oh, you're just gonna go sleep? Okay, no problem then. All right, then I'll do chickens and I'll do yours. Will just be in the VOD. If you have questions, just let me know. Thanks for tuning in though. New Junk City. Okay. But yes, I think quick players deserve to get better too. But I just won't take them as seriously. As in, like, I won't go nitty gritty. Will you do one of my VODs? Yeah. Didn't you just submit one? I'll do it later. One of them I figured out was not even a cast VOD, so I won't even do it. Okay. So problem number 1 is we're not aiming at head level. And I talked about this in the VOD I just did. But anytime you're playing hit scan as a role in Overwatch, which whether that be Soldier, Cassidy, Widowmaker, Ashe, I really don't even hunt. Actually, on any hero you play ever, you should always be aiming at head level no matter what you're doing. Right now, you should be aiming up. I don't care where your crosshair is. I mean, I do, but that's kind of beyond the point. It's a more advanced lesson. But your crosshair should be on this line right now. On this line. And right now you are probably like, I don't even know, like 15 degrees below where you should be. Like you're going to be shooting at people's feet. And the problem with this is that anytime you're going to be looking at people, you have to make a huge adjustment, right? Both a vertical and a horizontal adjustment to reach the enemies, which is terrible. And if you think about this, every single game you play, you're going to have to make this adjustment. How many fights do you think you lose because of that? Every single game, it's going to happen multiple times. So you need to fix this issue. Okay, typically, if this is a really big problem, I'm honestly going to end the VOD early, especially because this is a quick play game. But you need to fix this. You're going to run into so many problems. How do you fix this? Tail, how do I fix this? Here's how you fix it. Okay, you're going to go into Vaxta. It's a custom game mode. Here, I'll actually show you how to do it as well. You're going to go into Vaxta, and you're going to aim at head level. Let me just show you. It's going to be easier. Whoa, let me just delete that. Okay, you're going to, in the menu, hit play, hit custom games on the right side, create top right, settings, and then there's a little icon here on the right side that says import code. Click that, and you're going to type in, it's not case sensitive, so type it whatever. VAXTA, and then it'll populate with on the right side. Then you hit back, and then you're gonna hit start. Okay. And this is a code that someone from the community made to help people with aim. What you're gonna do is you're gonna pick Cassidy, and then you're going to press F on start warm-up. That'll put you in the warm-up. And then as you'll see, it'll just be people walking around. And all you are going to do, I want you to do this for 20 minutes a day. Okay. It's really till, okay, I want you to do this until the timer in the top left hits 1,000. And I want you to do it every single day. But Tail, I don't have time to do that every single day. Yes, you do, bro. You play Overwatch. Okay, you have time. And I guarantee you, the time you spend doing this will improve your rank by 10 divs. I'm not even messing with you. Especially when you're sub gold, this is an incredibly important skill to have. Okay. So here's what you need to do. You're gonna boot this up, and you are just going to shoot heads. I want you to aim at head height only, and only shoot heads. Okay, sometimes you will shoot the body because that's just the way the game works, like because of the hitboxes and stuff like that. But I want you to get used to aiming at head level, seeing head level, identifying the target, tracking the target, and shooting at their head. Okay. And then we can talk about stuff like click timing and movement and stuff like that later. I don't really care about that. Literally, all I want you to do right now is just aim at head level. Just get used to aiming at head level and clicking on them. Try to be intentional when you click, like don't do this. Like, I don't want to see you do this, okay? I want to see you do this, okay? Be very intentional about tracking their head and then clicking when you're convinced you're on their head, okay? And your main accuracy, so in terms of accuracy, what you're looking for is we're looking for, here we want 50%, plus or minus 5%. No, plus or minus probably 2%, really. So this should be like anywhere between, okay, look, let me restart this. So your accuracy should be anywhere between 48 to 52%, okay? And then your crit accuracy is literally whatever. But it should probably be something greater than 15. Okay, just gonna depend. Actually, you should probably be higher than that even. If you're aiming at head level, it should be like something like 20, okay? And if you're not getting at least 20, you're going too fast. You're shooting too fast, or you're not being deliberate enough, or you just need more practice. I don't even know. But either way, I just need you to hammer down crosshair placement. It's really, 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 really important. So much so that it's a rule in my Discord. But okay, we're gonna keep going. Let me see. There are also notes because he posted on Reddit and in the Discord as well. He said, I selected bronze because I haven't bothered with comp yet because I find it less fun. Okay, that's fine. I have 20 hours on cast and slowly been improving over the past year until I began to quickly improve recently. This match was better than usual. Okay, great. That's good to hear. And then let me check the Reddit comment as well because I know he sent something there. Okay, then comments. No. Oh, wait, I just need to check my notifications. Here it is. He said, howdy there. I picked up Overwatch 2 about a year ago and fell in love with Cass from the moment my eyes landed on him. Over the past year, I've slowly improved, and recently I've seen considerable growth. This game, I'm showing a highlight. Okay, cool. This game was quick play. I refuse to switch even if I'm being dived hard. Okay, that's fine. You're going to learn a lot by one-tricking. Okay, you're going to learn a lot about the game and how to play by being a one-trick. Wondering how much I should be focusing on crits and how to optimally position. Okay, I don't care about hitting crits. I don't give a damn about your, like, literally click timing and actually shooting correctly. I care about you intentionally aiming at the right level. I don't really give a damn about hitting shots, okay? So that's what I say. Oh, okay. There's, in Overwatch, you just, especially in situations like this where the entire enemy team is looking at you, you cannot just stop moving. Okay, you will die. Okay, so here what you should be doing is as they're looking at you, you should be aiming at them and just move left to right. You need to just move. Okay, and literally any type of movement is good, but straight up just standing here is going to be really bad for you. Also, it looks like your sensitivity is extremely high. So what I need you to do as well is I need you to go into your settings and I need you to figure out what your mouse DPI is. And how you figure this out is just Google what is my mouse, whatever your mouse is. So mine is a DeathAdder Pro. So you're going to Google DeathAdder Pro, you know, whatever. how do I find my DPI Death Adder Pro? Okay, you're gonna Google that for your mouse. And then I need you to figure out what your in-game sensitivity is. Okay? If it's anything, and then I need you to multiply these two numbers together. Okay, so it'll be like, mine I think is like 1600, and then like we can even check. I don't even remember what my thing is. It's controls 2.7. Okay. And then it's gonna be 2.7, so then mine would be 1600 times 2.7, which is like, I don't know, it's like 5,000 something. Okay, if you have so these two numbers multiplied is going to be what's called your eDPI. If your eDPI is anything above 8,000, you need to turn down your sensitivity. Okay, especially because you're playing hit scan. You need to figure out a number that makes sense for you and what feels comfortable. But in terms of a raw eDPI, you should have something between 3,000 and ideally 6,000 is what you're like kind of looking for. This is like the range at which most pros use on the hit scan rule. So if you don't know what DPI to use, just use 1600 DPI. Okay, and then figure out a sense from here. So, and then like whatever sense you want. But it looks like your sense is really, really high. And the higher your sense, it's gonna be harder to control your aim. Because your aim looks really jittery to me. It looks like you're barely moving your mouse and it's like flying across the map. Okay. I mean, you're making a bunch of positional errors, but honestly, you have more. This is a really great idea. I really like that you rotate while you're getting stuffed. This is a good idea. And then you force the enemy team's attention, whatever. Okay, whatever. So I'm just gonna look for foundational mistakes here. Mercy's AFK. Okay. Oh, okay. This flank is not that great. The problem with this flank is it's just too long, but don't worry about it. I'm glad that you're doing it. Like, I'd rather you do it than not do it, to be honest. In this situation. If you're a diamond, I'd say more about it. Okay, and then another thing. Okay, so here's 3 things I want you to work on, and then I'm probably just gonna close the VOD. I'll skip to later in the VOD, but I want you to work on 1, crosshair placement. Okay, this needs to get fixed. I hope I've beat it into your brain how important this is. You need to fix this. Number 2, I need you to always move when looked at, when seen, I guess. I put 2 E's in when, so bear with me. When seen. Okay, I need you to do that as well. And then number 3, what do I need you to do? What was it? I forgot. Oh yeah, try not to be on point. Try not to be point. There will be situations where you just kind of have to be on point, and that's Overwatch. But like this is a situation, bro, you have your Weaver on point, your wrist is about to be on point. Like I need you to not be on the point. The reason you don't want to be on the point, I understand that being on the point is the objective of the game, right? You want to capture the point. But the problem is once you're on the point, it's gonna be really easy for people to shoot you, right? Like you come to walk right in front of this. This is really silly looking, but you come to walk up and shoot this Orisa. You see what this enemy Cassidy is doing? This is exactly what you should be doing, because not only is he doing the same thing you are, which is just shooting the enemy tank, he's doing it from a good position where he can't die. Okay, I need you to do that. Oh, you're not Rocket, you're this guy. Whoops. But yeah, I needed you to do that. Okay, we're gonna skip like way later. Okay, we capped the first 2 points. Oh wait, are we Rocket or are we? Wait, have I been watching the wrong guy the whole time? Wait, what? Hold on, I might be tripping here actually, guys. Hold on. No. Oh, okay, I was tripping a second ago. Rocket is actually. Oh wait. Oh no. Okay, jeez, I've like. It's both R words, short R words on Cassidy players. Okay. But yes, dropping the point here is bad. Okay, don't drop the point. I needed you to just play your range, which would have been just playing the high ground. Okay. Good rotation out. I actually liked the Deadeye. I think you have a lot of good ideas. Like, I think a lot of your ideas you're thinking about it correctly. Okay. We're just in main. We're gonna shoot the tank as they walk up. Sure, whatever. Or we're just aiming at the floor. Yeah, I actually don't mind that much. Okay. I mean, probably don't roll forward on that, but that's fine. Okay. So here's the situation. Okay, yeah. Look, dude, here's the problem. Bro, the reason this is unbreakable is you're just not hitting this guy on the forehead. If 1 in 4 of your shots were forehead hits here, you would be winning this fight. Like, that's the problem. Okay, look, I'm gonna wrap up the VOD here. I'll go maybe one more later here. I'll see if there's anything else. But you need to fix the crosshair placement issue. You're going to just lose games because you're not aiming at head level. Okay, also don't take this perk. You need to take the flash perk. The reason you don't want to take this perk is not even pros can get value from this perk. Right? Like, pros can't even, like, use this effectively. You want to use double flash because it's just free value. So take Bang Bang and not Gunslinging. Those are the names. Bang Bang is the flashman perk. Take that one. I promise you, you'll like probably win 1 in 20 fights for free because of that. And then just we're just walking forward into their backline. Okay, Rocket. What I want you to do is you're making some macro errors, or sorry, some like micro errors. Like, you're just kind of walking into backline sometimes, but your bigger issue is that you don't have a good enough mechanical basis to really be able to actually, like, if I gave you advice, you don't have a good enough mechanical basis to be able to execute on a lot of it. Like, I need you to aim head level every single time. Like, you need to fix your crosshair placement issue. And I'm sorry that I had to wrap up the VOD early, but it's just like, it's going to, because here's the problem. If I told you, hey, you needed to flank here with better timing, and you did that, and you're not able to kill them, you're gonna doubt yourself. You're gonna be like, I'm not able to win. Nothing works. Whatever. The flank idea is good, but yeah, like he made quite a few good, like, interesting plays with flanks and stuff like that. But it's just like, this is just not gonna work. I need you to practice crosshair placement. So do the training regimen. Do it for 20 minutes a day, or till 1,000 on timer. Okay, either one. And the reason being is, do I have Firefox open? I don't. Okay, well, I would show you my graph. But basically, I have a graph where I've done training every single day, and it looks like this. This is my aim. Okay, your aim can be like that too. Okay, so sorry I can do the whole thing, Rocket, but it's just not gonna be productive, unfortunately. Okay, so we did that. I did this Nepal game. I think we're caught up from last time. I think I did Antarctic. Okay, Montana has a Rune of Sapi, so we're gonna do this Montana's Rune. Oh wait, Gargamel, do you have a code? Oh, Barbosa, do you have a code? Yeah, Barbosa, you have a code. We'll do yours, Barbosa. Okay. Barbosa, let's see what you got here. Replays, import, and the notes on this are, I haven't had a chance to play this map much, being Oasis, and I don't know what positions to play most of the time. In this game, I tried to be as aggressive as I could, basically limit testing. Good, I love to see that. I primarily chose this VOD because all 3 sub-maps were showcased. I would also like to know what macro mistakes I'm doing. Okay, cool. So, Oasis is a good cast map. This should be a winning cast map for you. It is harder to play, admittedly. What the heck? But, also my audio is like way too quiet now. Did I change this? I don't know, but let's turn it back up, because it was basically 0. Okay, you are not Genji. Okay, so the thing about Oasis is it's all about rotations. I got a pretty bad game. Well, we'll investigate. Oasis is all about rotating, okay? You should basically, a lot of time, be consistently rotating away from space, giving up space, because it's, like, Oasis, as you can see, I mean, especially at this point, it's like a big circle. And it's once again, this kind of came down to what I was talking about before with control maps for Cassidy, is this is just it's just a 3-lane map. right? So it's gonna kind of come down to pick one of these side lanes and then just try to deny it as much as you can. If you're getting suffocated, then just play with your back line, right? In your situation, you have a Brig Kiri, so you actually have a back line you can play with, right? Which is your Brig. So if you don't really have a better play, you should be playing with your Brig, but ideally your Brig should be playing with you. That's how it should be working. Not really you play with your Brig. Because if your Brig plays too passively, you're just going to lose. So here on rollout, oh, I would not have rolled forward here. For sure would not have rolled forward. Here, especially when I hear this hog and he's this close, dude, I'm just like, whatever. I'm not going that way. I would just be coming this way and be looking for some kind of wrap play here. But it actually kind of ends up working out for us because the hog just gives up all the space. Like, a good hog wouldn't have done this, to be real. A good hog would have not went this way. This play makes literally no sense. He would have just walked this way and tried to stuff you guys before you even make the rotation. So this is an incorrect play from the Roadhog, and this is an incorrect play from you, I think, as well. I think the correct reaction to this, I mean, you do see the Brig taking space, so I can kind of understand it. But yeah, you get punished immediately on the rotation, right? Like this hog, it's crazy that happened because this is exactly what should happen. Right, you're not respecting the Roadhog, right? You needed to go right side. Because he's so close so quickly, your best play is to just understand there's pretty much no situation I'm going to be able to deal with this Roadhog effectively. Let me come to the right lane and go this way. DRX, welcome, man. Good to see you. But yeah, you should have come this way, and we should be looking for... I mean, I don't think you have to commit entirely to a flank, but you should be looking to do actually literally anything, right? I mean, you can shoot the soldier, you can try to get a fight out. Hell, even just poking the hog from here, or maybe rotating it here and poking the hog would be better. Because this... especially with the roll forward, especially with this roll forward, it's really bad. This is maybe defensible if you don't roll here. Maybe defensible, because then you can say, well, I can roll the hook. Well, yeah, you can roll hook. There's still a chance you get hooked, but yeah. So I don't like the rotation at all. Okay, if you were Sojourn, I think it'd probably be fine because you could have just slid the whole duration, but I like this a lot. This is a carry play. I mean, but you're just late kind of fight. But the reason you're late here is less that this is a bad play, and it's more that you just died. You just died at the beginning of the last fight. Could we have gotten here earlier? Dude, honestly, I think you needed to just go main in this situation. Because look, here, okay, well, once again, as you're walking back from spawn, I need you to pay attention and actually see where your team is. Like, you should be looking to see where your team is at and then using this information to understand where you should go. So here, for example, you should be looking through the wall. And honestly, I think what ends up happening, you should see this monkey commit to this dive here. Oh, dude, honestly, I think you just need to be in the fight right now. Like, I think you just need to be in the fight. They just rezzed as well, so something might happen off the res. But it's just that this rotation is... I like the idea. It's just... This is not... Like, I'd rather... I'm glad you're doing this, but the problem is I don't think you were looking at the wall enough and you didn't understand the state of the fight well enough to understand, like, coming main is probably going to be the better play here. Because there's a point where, like, everyone was low, right? Yeah, look at this. I mean, you're right here right now, so you're not going to be able to do anything. But the fact that these guys are so low means that they have to use resources. They have to give up space. It's going to be expensive for them to live, right? So what we could have done is here. You could have been here, here, bam, and then we're contributing to the fight actively, right? I mean, maybe the Kiri still dies, maybe she doesn't, but there's something we could have done. And I'm not saying like I still think this is a good play, but I think in this situation, I think going main is probably better, given timing issues. But I like the idea a lot. It's a good, what you did here is a good habit. It's a really good habit to do this. Welcome, Wahurun. Good to see you, bro. We're just checking out some Oasis here. But now you need to die. What are we doing, bro? You need to die. You need to die. Dude, so you died early last fight, so you were late to this fight, and now you're gonna die late this fight. So now your whole... this is just bad, bro. So all these fights are gonna be staggered because of you. Or do we get out? Okay, we get out. We get out. Very fortunate that we don't get punished. Oh no. Here, dude. Here, once you get marked by the soldier, bro, just rotate out. Rotate out. Once you get marked, there's no way you're gonna win this unless you get a headshot. Okay, I'm out. I'm going back up top. That's what you should be doing right now. That'd be a crazy play. You'd be able to shoot this Genji, shoot this Juno. I can't believe you don't die there. But I guess it makes sense. They don't have a dive tank, so it's fine. They can't really kill you. Nice. No! What are you doing? Oh my, I was with you on literally everything until this drop happened. Bro, what is this drop? This is so bad. You can see why it's obviously bad. Like, dude, this is so good. I know you want to kill the Juno, bro, but if you're going to drop, I need you to not drop right in front of their face. I need you to drop here, bro. Like, because here's the problem. Once you're off the high ground, you can't go back. Oh my God. You take all the damage. And not only do you drop, you commit the roll to the drop too. That's crazy. Okay, look. I like the idea of killing the Juno, but I needed you to understand that this is so unbelievably high risk. Because they're gonna see that you rolled, they're gonna see that you dropped, you have no mobility. They're of course going to rotate. Like, what else are these guys gonna do? They're of course gonna rotate to come kill you guys, or like at least stuff you guys from taking more space. And you now don't have a roll to be able to do anything. Right? So if this guy just throws a hook and it's like some level of competency, you die. I mean, he hooks like your burger or something, but like that, this was just not this. I just don't like this play. You could have just done way more on high ground and been way safer. Like, look how many people are on your screen right now. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 people on your screen, bro. Just pick one. I don't care. And you have cover right here. Like, it's so good. It's so good. You know who can kill a monkey, or who can kill the Juno, who's 1 HP, that's under you? A monkey who has cooldowns. Okay, not you. You don't need to do that. And now you just this whole fight. You could have just been doming the entire enemy team. We could have just went. What's that guy's name? Bro, no way. I just forgot Keanu Reeves' name. We could have just been John Wick. We could have just went John Wick mode on the top and just carried the game. But we just, I don't know. We decided to be ground man, and ground man cannot carry. I like it. I mean, but now that we're here, I mean, I'm not like opposed to this angle. I just need you to give up space faster. I like the flash because he's going to push you, and I like that you don't wake him up. But if you were going to Deadeye, it had to be earlier. It had to be immediately. So that's the only thing. I'm not opposed to Deadeyes like this, but it has to be immediately if you're going to do it. Because that's the only window you have. If you do it too... Because how you do this, by the way, guys, is if you want to sleep someone in... If you want to Deadeye someone that gets slept, you need to do it now. You need to see it. I can do it now. Then once he stands up, now you would draw, and then you would roll away as well. And he literally can't deal with you at all. There's no way he hits you before you roll. So that's how you do that. So if you don't... Unless he's like 1 HP, right? You should basically never Deadeye the sleep unless you do it immediately. Sometimes it's better. It's better for squishies because the sleep duration is longer and they have less health. So it'll make more sense against them. But for tanks in particular is when just to clarify. But yeah, look at this. Now you're in the power position to deadlift by just killing this. Kill a Mercy, bro. Just shoot Mercy. Dude, I know you got frustrated. Okay, look, it happens. But both, it happens, bro. Sometimes you just miss shots. You had the right play, but I know you got frustrated, but you cannot just drop down and kill her. You're gonna die. You're gonna die right now, and dying here is super bad. It's really bad for you. So you had the right play. You missed a bunch of shots, whatever. It happens. But I needed you to just swing wide. Like you from here, you can just swing like this, and you could have just killed the Mercy again. I could tell you got mad. Yeah, it happens. Missing happens, but bro, you cannot do this play. You cannot do this. Yeah, this is losing every single time. Like, I need you to stop. Like, if you don't kill someone because your aim is shit, just be like, all right, whatever, bro. Because here's the thing, Babosa. The reason you shouldn't care about that is because you need to, as long as you have an aim system, I honestly think Yeah, but if you want to rank up, I need you to care, bro. But here's the thing. The reason we don't care about aim is as long as you have an aim system, it literally does not matter if you're missing shots or not. And what I mean by aim system is, and I talk about this all the time, but it fucking works. You need to boot up Thanks 8 or Vaxta and do it for 20 minutes a day, bro. It's like eating your vegetables. Do this every single day, bro. And your aim will look like this. It'll look like that. This is your aim. This is time, and this is aim. And this, I guarantee you, it builds a lot of good habits, okay? You'll just do it every day, and you're gonna aim, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna aim at the head, and you're going to be intentional. This is the key, be intentional. Don't spam, be intentional about every shot. And then you're going to go to the top. Oh, Rocket Chicken, good to see you, bro. Rocket Chicken is basically what I don't know if you were here when I did your VOD, but it's basically what I was talking about with that. Okay, look, so here's what you do. It's literally this, and I just demonstrated it a second ago, so you might need to go back to your Rocket Chicken. If you go back to your VOD, I walked through an example, but I just need you to do it every single day. It's eating your vegetables. It's like lifting. It's like literally any habit. I just need you to do it every day, and then if you do this every single day, I don't care if you miss. Okay, but if you aren't practicing your aim intentionally every single day, then if you miss, well, sucks to suck, okay? You're never going to get better. Or it's going to take you actually forever to get better. So what aiming system more means, and what I'm saying here, is I just need you to have a habit of practicing it intentionally. If you don't want to trust me, ask Montana, who's a community member of ours in the Discord. And he'll tell you it works, because it does. And I live and breathe by that. Here, I don't really think... I just don't think this is your fight to win, to be honest. You guys have no ults. Your entire team is dead before you even get here. Like, your biggest mistakes here were, one, walking into the Roadhog for basically no reason. Yep, I do this every day. I started doing it 2 weeks or so ago. Okay, good. You do it every day then. Yeah, then who cares if you miss? Because 2 weeks from now, you're going to have, like, 15% better aim, and you would have killed her. And that's all that matters. Like, some things, like, specifically aim, it's like, you know, there's nothing I can teach you. It's literally just reps. I mean, there's some, like, nuance to it, and I'll make an aim guide eventually, but I really want to understand the science before I do it. But yeah, it'll come out eventually. But yeah, you should start, even if you don't see results, it will happen subconsciously. Like, you'll subconsciously hit shots you typically wouldn't have, but it also gives you more confidence, which is kind of one of the most important parts of it. Is you should feel more confident in yourself because you know you're actively trying to do things and that you're actively trying to improve. Sure, maybe you have a bad aim day, whatever, but it's like, okay, in a week or two, I'll be better and maybe I would have killed that Mercy, or maybe I would have killed that Juno or whatever, right? Insert hero here. So yeah, I like this rotation. So here's the thing, you're playing against our Roadhog and they have speed and you don't, right? So I think playing with your team is fine. Typically, if the enemy team has no speed, I like controlling this lane, but it's going to be, I mean, it's possible that the enemy team is just going to speeder and collapse on you. So I don't, I think this is fine, right? I mean, I would just kind of look to flip the map if we can. It's just, but this is fine. I think playing with your team is always a neutral outcome, or generally a neutral outcome, right? It can go well, it can go bad as well. There's just less playmaking available. I like this angle. What is our Brig doing? Brig, what are you doing, bro? Wake up. Bash into them is crazy. Shoot the hog. Nice headshots. You need to drop. Yeah, now you missed your timing and whatever. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying, right? Like, sometimes playing with your team, do I think you made any inherently bad plays? No, not really. But there's just no playmaking available to you unless you two-tap somebody, right? And unfortunately, we're not all courts or proper or insert hit scan here, right? So as a result, there's just like not a lot to do other than live and shoot people. So I don't even think you misplayed. I think all this is fine. I think maybe you could have swung wide earlier on one of the fights, but it doesn't even matter. I'm not even gonna go back to it. All right, just shoot these guys. Okay, now I wouldn't even play this angle anymore. I don't think the high ground angle is... you're already here and rotating is going to be kind of tough. So here's what I was going to say. So the reason I don't really like playing this high ground angle is because it's just not, for a lot of heroes, it's just not very important. And I think marking this side of the map is a lot stronger for Cassidy. I think this fight in the hallway is really good for you. Typically, it's really good for you. There's a mini here. You're on the side of the point that's still an off angle. And the problem with this is it's really open. And I guess you can see them as they come up, but you're really isolated as well. That's kind of the big issue, right? So if we look at something like, where's our supports right now? I mean, our Brig died and is coming back from spawn, but our Ana is on the floor right now. If they push us, we are what I like to call fried, okay? So you're going to get actually your shit rocked, and we don't like having our shit rocked, okay? So I would prefer, whoops, that's what I was talking about earlier. I would actually prefer you be in the left room right now, but I do understand that you're already here, and I think if you start rotating now, you might be late. So you would have had, if you were going to rotate, you needed to do it like now, like as they're walking up basically, and because it's all about, Cassidy is all about timing, right? If you have bad timing or you're not staging before the fight happens, you're going to die, or you're just not going to be in an optimal playmaking position, right? So I would have needed you to think about it proactively and come here, but I don't know. Maybe try this, because here's the thing as well. I've seen there's some pros that play here, like Tree plays here sometimes in solo queue. In competitive like OBS Sojourn, it's a totally different thing, so don't even worry about those. But in solo queue, you'll have some pros like Tree that'll play on the staircase. But I don't know. I personally would be playing in the left room. I think it's going to be a lot stronger because you can deny that rotation from the enemy team, and you're not isolated. Like exactly, right? So the reason you lose this, of course, it's a mechanical issue. Let's look at it from a micro perspective. So we don't hit the shot as we're walking up. Okay, so this moment where he's walking up is when you need to be fighting him, because he's at the biggest disadvantage. So here, wait, actually it's here. So okay, he catches you by surprise, whatever. But here now, he has to walk forward to shoot you. He actually rolls. He has to walk forward to shoot you. You would just roll when he rolls backwards. But you have the high ground advantage. He has to aim up. It's going to be more awkward for him. And then he has to take space. So his hitbox is going to be walking forward to you. Like, to you, it's going to look like his hitbox is moving like this. Right? If you imagine this, well, I guess it's like literally in a straight line. Right? But now, because you're late to fight him, his hitbox is moving entirely laterally. Look how much harder it is to hit him as a target, right? He's 80 strafing. How are you ever going to kill him? Right? So if you were going to fight him, it needed to be here. So that was your first mistake. And then your second mistake, well, your 0th mistake is you probably shouldn't have been here to begin with, because it's isolated and there's no way to get help on the angle. And the position is not strong enough to justify playing a position where you can't get help, in my opinion. Okay, and then just don't re-peek here. That was just a dumb mistake. Okay, wait, what? Okay, so shoot these guys. Okay, we're kind of just, oh my god, that roll saves you. What? That's a miracle right there. You actually cashed in all your luck on that one. Okay, that was a real hodgepodge of plays, but I'm not gonna obsess over that. Honestly, I know you mentioned in the thing, you say basically limit testing your aggressiveness, but I feel like other than the inting on the first point, like this is just how you should be playing Cassidy, like as a principle, right? I don't think your like raw positioning is that great. Like I'd be playing on the left side of the map personally, but I think your principle of Cassidy, like your understanding of Cassidy, is great. Okay, yeah, I'd be playing over here. And this is just too close. You never want to play this close, because here's the problem. They're just going to walk on you. How do you get out? How do you get out from here? You can't. There's just like not a good way, right? As Cassidy, you're just too slow. Like you need to be playing back here, or you need to rotate early. Either one. But you don't. You rotate late. The hog is already here. He's going to be, by the time you try to rotate out, you're going to be like here when he turns the corner, and you can get hooked and die. So your rotation, you need to either be here to begin with, which is what I recommend, or rotate out earlier. Okay, those are your options. I don't really care. I would prefer you play that in the mini room though. So maybe I do care a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, but look, you didn't die, but you could have got hooked there and died. Okay. Okay, wait, what? Yeah, here, like, this just shouldn't happen. Like, we shouldn't be here right now because we should be on this side of the map and we should be wide swinging like this to shoot them in the back. This should be your play, right? I mean, do you make the correct micro after getting nanoed? Probably not. Like, I don't know why you're fanning that guy. Shoot him. Blade, I actually like that you ignore the blade. I don't really think shooting the blade is going to be helpful for your team. Let me see. Because the problem is, if they actually walk in with blade, maybe you do need to turn. No, I think it's probably fine. What the heck is this? Oh, I thought she had like an Inspire flag. That's weird. Doesn't it look like that? It looks like an Inspire flag. Anyway, but we do have a rally on the choke. Okay, so here's the thing. What I was going to say is I think probably shooting choke is better or slightly better because you're going to stuff the entire enemy team from capitalizing on the space being made by blade. Okay, so you're basically going to try to nullify the value of blade. And you can kind of bet that your team is going to be able to do this, especially because, I mean, your Ana just nano boosted. But I think this is good intuition to stuff them rather than shoot the Genji, to be honest. I think your misplay here is, why do we roll forward? Why do we roll forward? How many of my videos do you need to watch to understand that this is bad? This is so bad. Stop doing this. Stop, bro. It's so bad. Everyone, dude, go watch the lip VOD that I did, the lip pro analysis, and even he died from rolling forward. Even he dies from rolling. Those are like 2 of his like 6 deaths he had. Those were 2 of them. 2 of them. And they were entirely preventable if he just didn't roll forward. Stop doing this. I don't know why people do this. Especially people who I coach. Stop rolling forward. Stop pissing me off. But after you roll forward, there's just like not a good play to make afterwards. Like, because you're just fucked. You're screwed on the angle. You roll here, and then it's over. It's over. I guess you get out miraculously. We got nano. Now you mark this guy on the left angle. I like this rotation afterwards. Okay, just play on the left side, bro. Just play on the left. I like that you're marking them on the walk up. Just do it from the left side though, because here's the problem. Now you're late to this angle, and now the Roadhog gets to walk up for free. The problem, like, look, look at this from the Roadhog's perspective. Okay, let's slow it down. Oh, I'm gonna be the narrator. Okay. Oh my god, we lost that fight. Okay, well. We can win. We can still win, guys. We can still win. Okay. What's our ult economy look like? We have noon. We're gonna have maybe Val. Okay. Well, enemy team on the left side. Okay, I'm not gonna go that way. Let me come right side. Oh, Cassie's here. Go for the hook. Oh, I get slept. I get marked. And then he actually kind of gets shit on anyway. But there was a window where you were late to the angle. It was like maybe a quarter second, but you were late to the angle, and he could have just walked in. Right, but you fortunately were able to mark him fast enough, and he gets slept and he gets shit on. But basically, long story short, the reason I say all of this and go through that whole explanation is you needed to just be here to begin with, right? It shouldn't have been easy for Hog to pick an angle. It should have been the Orisa's here, and then you're here. Because can you imagine? This is infinitely more annoying for the Roadhog. Because then it's like, well, the obvious look, he's probably gonna end up pushing the cast anyway, but it's gonna be expensive for him because he's gonna take like 26 body shots, right? So I'd rather you, yeah, to be here to begin with. This is also just a concept of doubling up. I don't like his Deadeye, bro. The entire enemy team is looking at you. I know he slept, but bro, what? Do you think the enemy team is just gonna twiddle their fingers while you're sitting here in your Deadeye? No, bro. They have weapons in their hands. They have futuristic rifles and shit. Of course they're gonna shoot you. I mean, they all rotate out. These guys suck. How did I not kill you? Wait, what? Okay, well, oh, because your Orisa comes and peels. Yeah, you force jab spin for a bad Deadeye. For no reason. Like this, bro, just don't Deadeye there. And then why are we still the furthest person forward? Give up space. Oh my god. Bro, I'm telling you, you can avoid all of these. You know how I'm like, I'm crucifying you for 100 decisions right now. You can do the same thing from right here, and it would make everything way easier. Just stand here and shoot them. It's so much easier and it's better. You deny the entire lane. The rotation out is generally good for you because you can see them the whole time. There's cover, there's a mini, and you're not isolated. Like, it's just better, bro. But here, now it's all about is your rotation timing good? Are you marking the right angle? Are you doubled up with your team, right? Because here's the thing. If you were, let's say you played here and you were spamming down this way and you were doubled up with your Orisa, I wouldn't be mad at you. I'd be mad at the Orisa because what is the Orisa doing? The Orisa should be opening up another angle and shooting them from here, right? Like, this makes no sense from the Orisa. Like, if the Orisa did that, I'd be complaining about them, not you. Okay. He has no flash. I wouldn't push that either. Good. Ah! Why are you walking forward? Very lucky you have rolls, so I'm glad you don't roll forward there. Dude, just play main. Okay, I guess I understand what you mean by playing aggressive. Look, there's a difference between playing aggressive and like straight up. I don't even know. Like playing this is like reckless. Here, walking forward when you know the enemy team is right here that can turn and deal with you, I think is crazy. Like, I think this is less of like you playing aggressive and you just don't understand Oasis. Which I wish, man. I feel like as a coach, I keep saying stuff like that and I need to figure out why I say that. I feel like it's like, because I feel like it's a map specific problem, like a non-zero amount of times for people. But I don't know. Because it's kind of a cop-out answer for me to say that. So I need to work on that. But I don't know. But that whole, like, those rotations you were making were crazy. Here you needed, okay, look. Here, marked on the angle, and you can hear the hog in the mega room. I need you to get out immediately. I needed you out of here yesterday. Because the problem is you always lose against hog and point blank. So I need you to realize that they're all here, walk to here, and then cross the gap with roll. Because look, your Orisa is even stuffing the angle. This is your window. Your Orisa is literally trying to get you out of the angle right now. This Pepper knows how to play the game, okay? I need you to realize that there's basically a brick wall here, and you can walk, you should roll, to be honest. But you need to get the point. Because being this close to these guys sucks really bad, especially when your tank is not marking the enemy tank. So I need you to get out of here right now. Literally right now. But you missed your window and now you're stuck point blank against the hog. Because here's what the play would have been. You hit the rotation. Sorry, you hit the rotation and then you come here. And then what are they going to do about you? They're not going to be able to do a single thing about you, bro. Jeez. I won't hiccup again, I promise. Okay, I lied. Okay, I promise this time. Okay, so yeah, you missed your window to rotate. You need to get out of the, you need to get out of there. Do I have any more kombucha? No, I'm out. This is so sad. Okay. Here, now we go point, dude. I'm so down for this. Big flank. Okay, so whenever you do this, I'm actually so down for this. But you need to be looking at the wall and you need to see when good timing. Like, even right now, you should still be looking to the wall. Yeah, you should be looking through the wall right now and see that it's literally the only person that's pushed up is the Orisa. So swinging now is bad. You need to wait. You needed to wait maybe like till now. Because look, all these guys are turned around, which is good, but they could have been turned around. Yeah, but now they're all able to rotate out fast enough. Like your window was just a little bit too early. You're a little bit too early. You had the right play though. That was a really good play. I like that a lot. But you're just too early. You needed to just look to the wall. And you dying here is kind of the cost of doing business. It would have been worth it if you had good timing, but you didn't have good timing, so it wasn't worth it. So that was technically a throw play, but that's because of more of your micro than your macro, right? You have bad timing. But the risk reward was there. Like, I think it was totally worth it. You could have killed somebody. You could have made them and all of them turn around to deal with you. Okay, so I would not be coming this way. So because we're playing as Junkrat, Cass, Roadhog, the enemy team should be stuffing you guys right now. I don't really know why they give up space so easily, but they should be stuffing you, to be honest. I would have went main, opened up an angle, and then went this way. If my Freya was already doing this, then I wouldn't come this way. But if no one else is, then I'm gonna come this way and try to look for this flank here and shoot them all in the back. Because it's gonna be really high EV. Because it's gonna get people to turn around. I'm gonna be able to do a bunch of damage. I could have probably killed this Cassidy. Like the plays would have been made on that angle. I don't know what that Junkrat is doing. Oh, we almost live. How do you die here? Yeah, so number one problem is we're walking in this room making Junkrat. So problem number one. Arrested gets hooked is problem number two. That sucks on the Junkrat. Honestly, your micro wasn't even that bad. Whatever. Do we swap? Tracer? Okay. I don't think you need to go Tracer. I actually think Tracer's quite bad. You're playing... you're playing Tracer against Curie, Junkrat, Cast, Hog. This is terrible. Tracer's not good. I think you're tilted. I think you probably tilted at this point. I didn't think I didn't think it was that bad. Like I think your play was pretty good. I don't think swapping was necessary here at all. I think if you were going to swap, you needed to go meet Sojourn. Or like even honestly Ash. Not Tracer though. Tracer, you're just not gonna be able to do anything. I'm not gonna watch too much of this, but it's like did you need to did you no you didn't even need do you touch? Who touches? No, you don't even touch. So Tracer didn't even really matter here. I like that you swap Tracer like as an idea, but in this situation I don't think it's good. Just because the enemy team comp makes Tracer pretty much unplayable. If you wanted to swap something to touch, you should have went probably Sombra. Oh Jesus Christ! What was that? Oh, I forgot I had. Oh, sorry. My protein shake fell over. Anyway, this VOD was. I just need you to hit a couple rotations. There's a couple times you had this. There's another player. It wasn't you. I think it was Montana or maybe it was someone else. Someone I've coached a lot. They just their tanks would open up space for them and then they just would not rotate. And you had that problem on that last map. And then on the first map, you just inted because you got frustrated. Dude, you need to realize that sometimes you just miss. Okay, and then don't int. Okay, and then I don't really remember everything else. So I don't really have anything. There's nothing concrete I had for you to study in particular. I would just pick one of the things I mentioned and then focus on that, whatever it would be. But yeah, thank you for the code, Babosa. If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, that was Babosa. Rocket, if you're still here, just let me know if you have any questions, by the way, if you went through the last one. And then we have a Montana code. And then we had a code from this guy named SD Carb, who just joined the community. Welcome to the community, by the way. Let me see. I don't know. I don't think it's Cass. So let me just check if this is Cass real quick.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, he plays Genji. Okay, well, I don't. Let's see. Actually, I'm just for entertainment. I want to see what I would even recommend him as Genji. So I like marking the angle here. You see this a lot on Genjis, and then instant rotation is fantastic. Yeah, I love this a lot. Okay, this dash is kind of crazy though. I would not recommend this dash at all. Is this guy one? Is he like? Is there a reasonable chance you kill somebody with the dash here? I think he just saw 3 people stacked him for a dash. Bro, you're like straight up. You know they're all in here. You just saw the soldier and the monkey. Thanks for viewing. Yeah, no problem at all. Okay, well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't coach Genji. Just a reminder, the only reason I coach... Jeez, bro. The only reason I coach Cassidy is I want to have a really fantastic understanding of how to coach in general from one hero. And then once I have a really good understanding of that, I'll pick up more heroes. I'm going to pick up the entire hit scan rule first. So it'll be Cass, then Sojourn, then Ash, then whoever else. But yeah. And then we're going to look at the Montana code. So Montana gave us a new one. He said, yeah, even though I paid attention to my team's positioning, I felt it was fine overall. I just did nothing this match. Maybe target prio. Okay. By the way, guys, if you are... Target priority is something that people overthink a lot. in Overwatch 1 or in Overwatch 2. In Overwatch 1 it was more important because it was more flanking was less of an option in Overwatch 2 or in over Jesus, bro. Flanking was less of an option in Overwatch 1, so you had target priority was more of a question because it was a lot of just outright brawls. Okay. Okay. I like opening up left. Okay, so I actually studied a lot more Runasapi. The best play almost always is to come right side. You should just come right side every single time. The reason being is that once you're on the left side here, there's just a lot more room for error. As in you can get contested from a bunch of different angles. But also it opens up this lane to the enemy team. And we don't want to open up this lane to the enemy team at all. Right? You and the Sojourn are both doubled up on this left angle, which is an identification issue. Right? You should have seen... like from a fundamental perspective, you should have seen Sojourn go left and then you should have went right for sure. But yeah, denying this angle, this lane is really, really important on Runasapi. It's like one of the big meta games at this first point. What does int mean, by the way? Int means, that's a good question. So int means intentionally feed. It's a term from League of Legends. Like people like Tyler1 used to say it whenever they'd get really pissed off at somebody and then they would throw the game by just like running it down mid or intentionally feeding mid. I think you can, yeah, so it comes from that term. So inting, whenever someone says int, they mean that like that you're throwing the game or you're intentionally throwing the game or you're doing something dumb or something similar to that. But yeah, so what ends up happening here is your Doomfist is the only guy marking the angle, so you guys, I mean, they actually don't even fight for it that aggressively. But you probably could have won that fight if you were there with the Sojourn on the off angle. I like this. Here would have actually... Here, if you're looking through the wall, your Doom is fighting right now. We really need to be on the angle. Like, we really need to be on the angle. I would have rolled. This would have been a roll situation. But I think this is fine anyway, because now you roll out. I don't even think you would have been able to kill anybody. But now you guys are even, because your Sojourn died. Wait, did she get rezzed? No, she didn't even get rezzed. That sucks. Okay, nice shots on Sojourn. We're playing really passive. Oh, you're low. Dude, even with being low, I would still swing. Here. I would at least keep vision, right? I would at least like just repeat this a little bit. No, maybe not. I don't know. Because if you get railed, does she have rail? She does have rail, so you could have died there. That's fine. That's probably fine. But here, I would not be AFK. I would at least try to see what's going on to like peek like this. But whatever. That's so nitty. That's so nitpicky. I'm not worried about it. Okay, shoot the echo. Yeah, it's a really awkward fight. Here, you just need to be here for this fight. How did you even get there from there? And this one, I just think like the middle part of the map just kind of sucks, right? It's like I lost 2 Runasapi games. I was like, how am I losing? And it's because like on fights like this, I just can't contribute. So, and that's why I think just like I almost want to avoid playing main at all and just play for all this right wrap and all this like denying this kind of space. Because now, because you played main originally, you just can't really contribute to the state of this fight. I mean, your Doom doesn't make a great play, but it's like we just can't. There should be a world where we contribute to this fight. And fights like this happen a lot. Fights like this happen a lot on this map. Because also, yeah, like I think just playing on the right side is just objectively better. Because also it opens up a bunch of angles and they have to clear you. The only downside is the rotation out is longer, but typically you want to like play to win this fight anyway, so it's not a big deal. How do I feel about this roll? He is low, but he's in block. Can you get out? Let's see. They are playing Lucio Hazard, so chances are probably not. Yeah, you could have got out here. I would have just... Nah, you probably would have died still. Nah, that's probably fine. I think it's probably fine. You're probably dead either way. And the Hazard was like, that was your best opportunity you had. Okay. Time's it? Oh, we have plenty of time. Yeah, I like main a lot on this map. I watch all the pros play main. Nice. Very disciplined shots, by the way. Great aim hygiene here. Nice that I know you see a draw. That was it. Whatever. And you got robbed. That sucks. That happens. Okay, I would not walk forward here at all. I right here in this situation, I would be either. So here's the problem. I don't want to get closer to them. That's like the one thing I don't want to do. So here at this point specifically, when the wall comes out, I would be coming to this staircase. It's a kind of a long rotation, but I'd be doing this but the risk is that I get dove by hazard or whatever. But this is like the only angle I'm gonna be able to do anything at. Like, this is it. Am I gonna be isolated? Yeah. Am I gonna be diveable by hazard? Yeah. But if I get dove, they still have to commit to that, right? They have to commit cooldowns. They have to commit a whole bunch of different things. I still think this is better. I think it's a better rotation. Because here it's like there's a lot of room for error. You can get caught in hazard ult. You can get shot in the head by like everybody, and it's not. It doesn't cost them anything to deal with me in main, right? But if I'm playing the off angle, like off the staircase, it'll cost them cooldowns. It'll cost them resources. It'll cost them like space to come deal with me, right? But here it's just free to deal with you because they just stuff you and choke and you can't do anything, right? So I would have taken the off angle there. Okay. I actually like the role in this situation because it's like they're committing cooldowns. They're probably going to be pushing. We used OC. I think this is probably fine. And I would look for a backline and just try to get a backline kill. Yeah. Nice. This is well played. That was really well played. I really like that. So far, you haven't really made too many mistakes. I think like on first point, I think the better macro would have been playing the right side. Off rip, especially not doubling up with Sojourn. But I think other than that, everything else has been fine so far. I mean, it's only like 3 minutes in, but... Okay, nothing you can do about that. That's not your fault. And going any wider, I think, is bad too. Maybe you could go wider. You could go wide enough that you can roll. Honestly, I think, and you'll see this whenever you watch like Lip. There's some players that do it more than others, but they'll take wider angles like this. They'll go this wide and then just roll out. So you could do that. I mean, if you look at the enemy team count, you just have to like. Here's the thing: it comes up a lot, especially on Cassidy. Is I need you to anticipate, not react. Okay, this is the problem that a lot of people have. So a lot of people just react to everything. Like they react to getting railed to the head rather than anticipating getting railed to the head and then rolling out immediately. Because the difference between these two is like, a 0.2 millisecond, or 200 millisecond. It's like a big difference. It's like a 200 millisecond difference. I need you to anticipate that you might get railed to the head. And with knowing that, you can peek this wide, just anticipate the rail and then roll out. Just roll out at the slightest side of threat. But because like here, like I don't know if we could have saved this guy, but I think you probably could have fought that Sojourn at least on a little bit of a wider angle. Would you even been able to see her? So here. Yeah, I mean, you could have shot her like maybe once or twice. I do think your Sojourn misplaced. I don't like. Here's the problem. Here, look, this guy makes the exact wrong. Look, here's the problem. He doesn't anticipate getting railed. He reacts to having low HP and dies. Like he has this death is inexcusable. He has slide. Like, bro, he should react. He should anticipate that the enemy team is gonna shoot him and then slide out. He's in an aggressive angle. Of course, he's gonna get shot. Like, so you don't really do anything wrong here. But what that guy does is like exactly what I'm talking about. That guy is reacting to the situation, not anticipating. I want you to do what he did, get aggressive, but anticipate getting shot at and then roll out. But yeah, you don't even do anything wrong here, honestly. Even if you did everything I just talked about going wide and rolling back, even if you didn't do that, if you did or didn't do that, it didn't really matter anyway.
I think either play was fine because your play was just a more defensive version. It just kind of depends on what player you watch. Like some players, they'll go wider and then roll to cover, and it can be good. It can't. There's risk reward associated with it. Let's look. What would your alternative play have even been on this fight? So the alternative play. Wait, where even are? Oh, I need to go further back. Sorry. So let's say you didn't play main here. What's the alternative? The alternative would have been. So you come main, and then here, the other option is that you would come this way. So it'd be like, bam, 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 bam. Oh, but then you're face to face with the hazard. So this, I mean, I also don't think this play is good. So I wouldn't have done this play either. I think this play can be good, but you have to listen for sound cues and really like understand the state of the fight. I think playing a main on average on this map is just better. So I think your Sojourn kind of throws, and then you just don't really have a good rotation out. I guess you could rotate into the bounce pad. Yeah, you could have rotated in the bounce pad maybe, but I think you still die there. So whatever. I think you play that fine. Yeah, I'm glad you don't dead either because the fight's lost and killing her doesn't even matter. It is unfortunate that she lives, but she also had support pocket. Okay. Play main. I don't. Actually, this Deadeye's fine. You're really far away. You're just really far away. So I think the chance of you dying here is pretty slim. Yeah, I like the Deadeye. It doesn't have the best LOS, but they're probably going to walk in because of Kitsune. And if they don't walk in, then you just deny the entire value of Kitsune. So it's a good Deadeye for sure. I like it a lot. Okay. Just for the record, guys, if you're watching this in post, I don't recommend this flank at all. It's because it's... Jeez, bro. It's really easy to get caught here. It's extremely isolated. You do have a mega, but the rotation out to that's really long. And you're gonna just get marked by flankers and die. It's not a consistent play at all. That play is really gimmicky. Like here for like Montana, I would be on the right side. Like, cause you just need to deny this rotation. Because honestly, like, what even value are we even getting in, man? Like what's more valuable is denying the Sojourn's rotation, denying the Kiriko's rotation, right? I mean, you kill this. How do we even kill this Echo? Okay, that's more the Echo misplaying than you doing something correctly, in my opinion. What does this guy actually do? So he spams this, misses the kill on Ana, forces the dupe. Now the entire enemy team is looking at him and he just dies. Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah, but I think the more consistent play without, you know, betting on an Echo inting is going to be playing the... I mean, I keep mentioning this. I just think this side is better. I think denying the rotation is really strong and it opens up a lot of playmaking for you. Just keep in mind you're isolated, but it should be fine anyway. Because this side of the map, it's really easy to see what they're doing, right? It's really easy to see if they're pushing you or not and then react accordingly, right? And they have to commit a lot to be able to kill you. And typically your support's going to be playing here, so it's not super isolated to the point where you can't get help at all, right? It's not like there's a high ground issue between you and your supports. You should be reachable. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, roll to the angle. You needed a cross. Here you just needed a cross, especially after you saw what you saw. Well, I'm here. I'm down with this rollout. Cool. Here, especially after you committed roll, I needed you to just go blam like this and then try to take space, right? Also keep in mind, like, I think you are doing it here. Just look through the wall to see where your team is. Yeah, I mean, it didn't even actually matter there. But you just needed to cross. I don't know why you stopped moving. Maybe you just thought the fight was lost. But you needed to hard rotate to the right side. Okay. Oh, okay, Deadeye. So, what's the alternative to playing here, guys? There's two. There's hard flank like this, but he's going to be hard flanking against a dive team, so it's not going to work. Or it's going to go top left, and you can get dove by, like in both situations, your dive targets, right? Here, you'd be isolated against the Echo. In this situation, it'd actually be relatively difficult for them to reach you because your team can push into their backline. But I wouldn't put it out of the, it's not unreasonable for the hazard to mark you on the angle here. Right, so... Yeah, I like you playing on the floor. I like the Deadeye too. Actually, I don't know if I like this Deadeye. Let me think. So, we walk forward. Well, we roll forward, which I don't think timing is that important in this situation. Our Doom is in. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about it. Because what's the ideal, like, what is the idea, right? I mean, he slams in. Like, what is his Doom realistically going to be doing that we need to follow up on? It's not like we're on a flank and we need to get somewhere. Like, if you were mid-rotation, yeah, roll to the angle so you can actually contribute, right? But it's like, what is this rolling forward even going to do for us? You're going to catch them in rotation with a Lucio on the enemy team? No. I just don't think this roll forward is good. I just don't think this roll forward is good at all. I like this because you shot her first, and that's it. Literally disregarding everything about the ults. I only like it because she was low HP and you shot her first. So yeah, that was fine. If she was full HP, it's probably bad because you're standing in the middle of the Kitsune. I mean, admittedly, you have Kitsune, but it's like Kitsune doesn't make Deadeye any better. So it won't help you. Okay. So now we're set up right side. Perfect. If you stay on this side, oh, now, okay, the card's going far enough, so you actually need to give space. Nice roll. You're just kind of slow in the rotation. Yeah, here, if you want to be even really passive, you could have just rolled this way and just like been out of the fight for a while. But good rotation, honestly. That was like if you rotated any later, you were cooked. You were actually fried. So I like the rotation a lot. I think the way you played it's honestly fine. You had pretty good time there. But there was a lot of shit could have gone wrong. Was there any? Actually, let's see. I guess here. Yeah, I mean here at this point. I mean, it looks like you realize it too. Man, and this is why you hold roll, guys, by the way. When the enemy team is close, holding roll is really good because it'll save you in situations like this. I don't know. This is really hard. I guess the only thing I can think of in like terms of raw macro is you should identify that the cart is going to get... You typically only want to play on this side of the map when the fight is happening like in this semicircle like this. Right, and when the fight's not here, this side of the map just kind of like ceases to exist and doesn't really matter anymore. So I think the only thing is like you should have realized that the bot is going to be here. They're not going to be able to contest it in time, and that you should be setting up as a result on this side of the map. Like you need to be playing in the jump room or on this high ground on the bus. I think that's the problem, really. It's more of like a map dynamic, like a push dynamic situation, because your micro saves you. Like you understand the state of the situation and you rotate out early, but I think that initial staging, it's good that you are staging, but that staging in this situation was bad given where the bot was going to be. Like where your Kiri and your Sojar is where you should be right now. That's where you should. I understand you were a little bit late, but that's where you should be right now. Because the problem is because you get caught, it forces this entire fight to happen. And there should not be a fight happening right now. Like you should be here with your Ana, your Kiri, and your Sojourn, and the fight should be happening on the cart. So like basically any subsequent play is kind of irrelevant because it was like none of this should be happening. Like your Doomfist should not have come up here to mark the angle. Like, yeah, it just doesn't really make any sense. So that's my critique. Yeah, because I really don't know what you're supposed to do here. Because your Ana gets caught in the rotation. I guess, oh man, that's really tough. So, and then the hazard wall is so awkward for you. What do you do? I don't know about the roll. We catch a Suzu. I actually don't know what to do on that fight. I'm gonna be real. I have actually no idea what the best play is.
I'm on fire.
Okay.
Oh, I feel all warm inside.
Okay. It's good, bro. I actually love that. I'll actually love to see that. So I need everyone that's not Montana to understand that Montana is walking to an angle. He turns around to see where his Ana is, because for all he know, his Ana could be jerking off and doing like the mega god rotation around this way for no reason at all. So Montana double checks his object permanence and realizes that the Ana is coming right behind him. So that he understands that the Ana is late to the fight, and now he has more information to make the best play. Okay, cool. And this is why I don't really like this angle. It's really hard to... It's really easy to get punished on this angle. Like, I mean, it's... Here, this is more of an issue not kiting out fast enough. Like, here he needed to be kiting out. But he fucks up his roll. So, honestly, he would have lived if he just had a better roll there. So, that's a micro. Could he have? Yeah. Maybe seen a better micro. And then maybe not walk forward here. Let me see as well. Yeah, this roll needs to be better. Honestly, I like the idea. I think the idea is fine. I think that's like a 50-50 angle. It's just unfortunate that hazard engaged and then you're the only guy to look at left and then we fucked up the roll. Okay. Mark the Sojourn because we're the goats. Okay, our Sojourn is throwing. Unfortunate. Give space. All right, good. No. What? This kill would have been so good. Bam, bam. Did you have ammo? Bro, you had ammo. You would have killed him. If you didn't roll here, you would have killed him because you only need one more shot. And that roll cost you one shot. That's so sad. This would have been a game-winning play too. Man. Oh, wow. That's a micro error, but... Ooh, this Deadeye's crazy. I actually really like the Deadeye. You know the hazard's one, so he can't engage on you. This guy, in both Delucio and Echo are good targets. I actually like this a lot. Oh. Wait, maybe I'm just bad at Cassidy, because maybe this is a bad Deadeye. Let's see. Why is it good? Okay, why is it good? Oh shit, we don't even know where... I don't even know where our team is. So it's probably a team issue. But if we know this guy's one, so he's not going to be able to react to my Deadeye. This guy's low. We force dupe, and then we probably force OC as well. I think... I wonder if... Does she just happen to use it at the same time? No, she like definitely does it reactively because what the hell is this OC? This OC makes no sense. So you get 2 ults out for your Deadeye, and then we die. Why do we die? Why can we not get help? Oh, our Doomfist died. How did Doom die? He's getting no help on the angle. Wow, he literally gets no fucking help on the angle. Why does he not get help? Wow, that sucks. I don't really think there's a world where our Mercy is healing that guy. I think our Kiri misplays. Our Kiri should be playing the angle with the Doomfist. Or our Doomfist should just not be doing that. It's either one. I don't really know what the right answer is. But I don't know how we change the outcome of this fight. I think the idea of this is fine, but it's just unfortunate our Doom dies. I think we could have won this fight if our Doom wasn't dead. I guess you could say that because our Doom dies, you shouldn't be using Deadeye. Like here, you should see in the kill feed that Doom is dead, and then a Deadeye. But you could be saying it's a hero play too, so I think there's argument to be made. Because your Doom is dead, they're gonna push cart. I mean, this is like... Can you get out here? Maybe. I mean, the hazard is low. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think the idea is there. I just don't know for sure if it's good or bad. I like the Widow swap. Here, I like Widow swaps. I also like just swapping Sojourn as well. But you already have one, so not much to do about that. Okay, you got to slow down as Widow. You have to slow down. Like, what you should be doing is there's some people you straight up won't shoot because you don't have a good fucking lineup for them. Like, I need you to slow down. Are you going back to Cass? Go Soldier. Yeah, I would go Soldier here. Okay. Alright. We come main. I wouldn't come main in this situation. Because you know the card's going to push up. You know the card's going to push up. We're in OT. We need a play to happen. And you're on Soldier. Bro, I'm coming this way. I'm for sure coming this way. I'm coming this way. I'm popping E. I'm watching what my Doomfist is doing to the wall, and then I'm coming like either here or here, and I'm popping E and I'm just shooting them. That's exactly what I'm doing. Because I just don't think this is going to be winning, right? Because it's like, they have no pressure from the side. Yeah, it looks like you realize it. Oh no, you don't. You don't go for the angle. But yeah, it's like, what play are you going to make here, bro? What play is there to make? There's none. There's no play to make. What is going on? Everyone's in our back. Like, right now, you should be shooting their back line. Like, if this guy should be getting shot in the back, this guy should be getting shot in the back. But that's just not happening. Did we win? Wow, this actually goes for 30 seconds more. Yeah, okay. Go Tracer. Okay, stay Soldier. Oh, we lose. Yeah, so you just need to go right side on that one. Because in this, Soldier is a lot more mobile than Cass, so you can... Taking risks is not as risky for Soldier. So you could have gone right side there. But all in all, this is just a go next kind of game. This is just go next, whatever. I don't think you played that bad. I think you had a lot of really good ideas. I thought you were really disciplined with a lot of what you were doing. Your rotations were generally pretty good. So I thought it was like fine. I think like maybe on first I would prioritize playing right side more. And then... You know, because the whole idea is like denying the rotation here and then going for a rat play if they don't fight you. And then I can't really think of anything else. I thought the Deadeye was fine. I thought a lot of your ideas were really good. So honestly, this is a go next kind of game. Oh, sorry. I didn't even see, I didn't even check the Twitch chat, guys. I'm so sorry. I was so tunnel visioned on this. Why is he chasing the hazard? I don't agree with Fan into block with hazard. Just shoot like it's Doom. Oh, that was, I'm pretty sure that play was because he was going to die either way. There's no way he gets out. I'm pretty sure that's the one we were thinking of. Or it's a fight where I have no idea what he was supposed to do. So sorry, I didn't read that. I hate playing Soj. She feels cheesy. Yeah, she can feel cheesy, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, every character feels cheesy. Like if you're a venture player, Cass is going to feel cheesy. Right? I mean, it just kind of depends. I started playing Soj more, and I started to find her more fun and more interesting. Because she aims a lot. So like the big thing about Sojourn that's like a lot different than all the other hit scans is like the mechanical component of it. It's not really so much her rail, right? Because rail is just like hit scan. It's just like a Cassidy shot, whatever. But the thing with her primary fire is that most of your shots on it with primary fire is actually gonna, it's like mostly aim movement, or it's mostly movement aim, which is really interesting for a hit scan. Lol, just watched Kingsman and came to the end of my VOD. Thanks a lot once again. Yeah, no problem. Long story short on that one, Montana, that was just like a go next kind of game, I'll be honest. I think you played it pretty well. And it's just like, there's some things, like tiny things we could do, but like you're Soj through like 3 times. It's just like whatever. And we can't control our enemy or our allies, so it's like we just gotta do what we gotta do. There were some things we could have done better, though, and that's kind of all that matters. Is there? I think your chance of winning that game was probably 40%, 35-40%. I felt that through there. I mean, you probably could have done more on a different hero. But if you're one tricking, then there wouldn't really that much more unless you're a mechanical god. If you're a mechanical god, the whole rules of Cassidy change. There's a lot more. You can do a lot less and get a lot more. Like if you were just merit on Cassidy or quartz on Cassidy, you can just play in main and win every time, and it's high enough value. But also at that elo, playing an angle alone is going to get you punished every single time. So it just kind of depends on the situation. But yeah, I wouldn't. That was a game I wouldn't really worry about if I were you. I would just kind of like move on. Okay. Rocket, circuit. I think we did all of them. But I'll rewatch the VOD anyways. Yeah, no problem at all, bro. The only other one, Montana, you had a did you feel like the team awareness was fine? Yes. There was actually a moment where I was really proud of what you were doing, which was amazing. You like turned around and checked that the Ana was still behind you. I thought that was great. The only time is at the beginning, off rip, you shouldn't have doubled up with the Sojourn. But if you doubled up with the Sojourn because you thought, or like I'll just actually pull it up real quick because it'll be easier to demonstrate. So there's one moment where at the very beginning you doubled up with your Sojourn on main. But if you did that because you honestly thought playing main is better as Cassidy, then that's fine. But if you did that just subconsciously, then this is bad. So like, see, notice where your Sojourn is. Main here. She comes this way. You also come this way. Are you doubled up with her because you think this is a good angle for Cassidy, or because you're just like autopiloting or something? Because I think you should identify she's controlling this angle and come right side. Autopilot. Yeah. So this was the only mistake you made in that regard. So I thought your team awareness was pretty good. I went right after. Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, you do. But you should have been there off rip. And it does make a big difference because you wouldn't have gone walled here. You would have been able to help the fight. It does make a big difference. But that was like the only really big issue in terms of awareness. I thought your awareness was great. I thought it was pretty good. You peeled whenever you could. Yeah, I thought it was fine. That's just to go next game. The only other VOD I have is from... Do you want to go over your Circuit Royale one, Montana? Or no? Fuck it, I might as well. I haven't reviewed Circuit in a long time. So we're just gonna do this one. Whoops. Okay, so Circuit Royale, just for a disclaimer for everybody. I won't be there to see it. That's fine. You can just check the VOD afterwards. But also I want to get more footage on Circuit anyway. I think it'd be helpful. So Montana said, this was maybe the worst game I dropped ever. I forced Cass on Circuit. Which is just, you know, it's kind of what you sign up for. But on first, he can be okay. First defense and second defense, he can be pretty good, but everything else, he kind of sucks. And you didn't understand how I played at all, given the matchup. Really agonizing game, so probably most to learn from coaching-wise. To be fair, I kind of felt like I was autopiloting and not making any plans. Okay, but I don't think I was... Okay, cool. We'll just see. Okay, so with the Reinhardt... Okay, you got lucky that you have a Reinhardt on your team. With the Reinhardt, you want to hold the first corner. And you want to die for it. Because the idea is that the problem is if you're playing it with the Reinhardt, I mean, of course you have to match what your tank's doing, right? If your tank is giving up space, whatever, you have to back up as well. But typically you want to just literally fight for this space really, really aggressively. Like there's some pro teams that play Reinhardt on first corner. Yeah, no problem at all. But I would be playing closer and swinging. So like I would not be playing back here at all. I would be like poking them off rip to see what comp they play, then kiting them playing with my Ryan. I have no idea which... Ryan should be here right now. Your Ryan low-key tossing. But okay, given that your Ryan is not playing the angle, you're playing this correctly. But I would actually prefer you, instead of you being down here... Here's a problem, right? You could be on this angle right now, but the problem with this is... If they do push up, for example... Stream is dropping frames. Okay. I can't really... I can turn off my guy, but there's not really a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. I got new internet, and it's been a lot better. But I don't know if I can fix it for sure. What tier would you actually? I'm gonna turn him on. I'm just gonna leave him on because it's not gonna make a difference anyway. What tier would you rate this map for Cass? D tier, for sure. This is definitely a D tier map. The reason this is a D tier map for Cassidy is because of outside of second point on YouTube at least. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. I just can't do anything about it. I tried changing some settings and I'll investigate it again, but I don't know if I can do too much. The reason this is such a bad map for Cassidy is there's no playmaking. And a lot of DPS comes down to playmaking, right? In this neutral, what in the hell is Montana supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? The only thing he can do is shoot whoever's on his screen, which is exactly what he's doing right now. There's no playmaking available to him. But the problem with this is none of this is going to convert to kills, right? Have you guys ever played Soldier and you just sit in main and shoot people? It's starting on Twitch too. Okay, I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna have to, it typically fixes itself. So just let it fix itself and listen to my beautiful voice and ignore the audio. So the problem, or ignore the video. The problem, if you've ever played Soldier 76 and you ever just like sit on your tank in main, it feels like you can't kill anybody. And that's because you can't kill anybody, because by the time you're just shooting people and they're half HP, they just leave and get healing or whatever. And that's like the same thing on this map on Circuit Royale. How you win on DPS is you make plays, right? So it's like you go on a flank and you kill somebody, or you 2-tap someone in main, right? That's a play, right? But if you don't have 2-tap aim, then the only thing you can do is flank. The only thing you can do is take an off angle, and that's going to be high value on its own, right? And the reason Circuit Royale is so bad is because, especially on first point, there's no other lane on this map. It's literally one lane. You technically have a staircase on the first point that you can use, but outside of that, it's like there's no lanes to work with. There's no flanking. On second point, you have this staircase on the right side. It sucks because you're going to be really close in proximity to the enemy team, and it's not even that far of an off angle. Right, everything sucks. There's no playmaking to be had on Circuit Royale for Cassidy, right? It's all reactive. It's all playing in main. There's some space denial you can do, which can make Cass good, but you can do that on any hero. You can do it on any hero. I hope I can catch all this because it freezes sometimes. Yeah, I just don't have a way to fix it. I can turn off the Twitch VOD, but every time I do that, it doesn't fix anything. So I also have the recording as well, so I guess I can upload this as a recording, which I'll have it, but I just don't have a way to fix it. I think it's like something with my settings or something like that, because I don't know why it does it. But yeah, it's just a bad cast map because there's no playmaking. That's why you don't really see cast. You see cast sometimes with Symmetra in coordinated play, because you can TP cast, and playing in main is way more important in coordinated play. Flanking gets punished really easily when you're not a mobile hero. Right? There's a whole bunch of different things going on in really coordinated pro play. But yeah, but Montana probably feels really bad about this game because he's just playing a shit hero on a shit map. Like, he's just not gonna be able to do anything. Okay, well, we shoot these guys in main. Like, I think this is fine. Denying high ground would be bad because your rotation out's gonna be really long. So this is the only play you have. And then yeah, you don't have speed on your team, so you can't get out. I mean, don't roll in here. This roll is bad for sure, but you're gonna die either way on this rotation out anyway. Did you go through all the codes? I think so. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm gonna do this last one, and then I'm gonna get off. But I have another stream on Friday. I'm gonna stream as well. I'm streaming today to make up for not having Monday. And tomorrow, Friday will be a longer stream because we're gonna do a do you guys want to see? Okay, you pick between these two. Do you want to see a Quartz Pro analysis, or do you want to see a Quartz Pro analysis or Cassidy matchup tier list? Pick between the two. And I will do one or the other. I don't like this Deadeye. Actually, this Deadeye's fine. I think it's fine. It's high risk, high reward. You just kind of get slumped. Well, so far, Montana has done nothing wrong because there's literally nothing else you can do. Okay, here I wouldn't have been. So this is just bad range for you as Cass. Just play up here, bro. This range is just gonna be way more effective for you. Just sit up here and shoot them as they cross. And then you also open up an off angle. Right now you're doubled up with your team, right? So this looks like an autopilot moment. You need to be here. Because here you can get caught and rotate. Like a lot can go wrong on this angle and it's bad range for you. Like, yeah, you should have been where your Moira was when this Genji blade came out. Yeah, for sure. Just drop it in and I can review for Friday. Okay, here. So we come in main, we come right side. You need to go. It's kind of tough to say. Because your Moira dies early. I think if you are gonna come out, so it's you have two plays, right? You can stay in main and anticipate that they're gonna push you. Matchup tier list or tier list. Yeah, we'll do. Okay, cool. We'll do the tier list. Okay. So it's either it's either you stay. You need to pick one of these. You can either stay in the choke, or you can come all the way right side and play defensively and look for like some kind of late flank or something like that. I think staying in choke is probably your best play here, because the problem is. I'm just scared of Queen. Like, if I get shot down by Queen, I'm gonna get fried. And it's like, this off angle doesn't actually add that much, right? Because even if I'm over here, like, this is just not that valuable, honestly. Like, it's not on back line. It's just an off angle on front line. Like, I think just, honestly, playing here and shooting them and trying not to die to spam is probably better. Because now, technically, this is an off angle because your Rhine is in main and your Sojourn is out. So I think probably staying in main is better. Because you just don't have you just don't have the tools as Cassidy to be able to win. Yeah, now you're stuck on the angle. Okay, here you definitely need to go top. So one thing you definitely need to do on third if you're playing Cass is you need to go up here because you need to deny this rotation from the enemy attackers. If the attackers have this high ground, you're kind of fried. So you need to get up here and you need to stand here and listen. And if they're rotating to outside, you can either fight aggressively for this, which I don't recommend, or you can just like shoot them as they come up and stand here and then just deny this window from them. It's kind of what it comes down to. What coordinated play on this? Yes, Cass is infinitely better on this map in coordinated play, but in ranked he's not good. And the reason I mentioned earlier. About playmaking. In coordinated play, you can make plays in raw neutral with just sheer coordination and speed boost and stuff like that. But in ranked, that's just never going to happen. So taking like, and that's why I always recommend flanking on Cass because it puts the game in your hands. I played like 99% of Cass on it. Yeah, I think he's fine in coordinated. I think it's all was fine other than the drop. I think you dropped too early, I think. Let me take a look. So here. So I like that you come up top. You should have rolled out top. But here, this drop, I think you did it on accident. It looks like you dropped on accident. Because you like start backing up immediately. But that drop was way too early. You should have just shot them from the top. And then this is all fine. I think the only other thing you could have done is you could have went this way and fought the Genji. That's the only thing. You would have opened up an angle and marked him. Yeah, you might have actually saved your Rhine there. We kind of rolled on attack but struggled on defense. Yeah, Cass. He should be okay on defense. It's just kind of depending on what your team comp is. That's what it's going to come down to. But all in all, you're just going to get infinitely more value on literally any other hit scan. Freya, Soldier maybe less so than everyone else, but like Ashe, Sojourn, Widow. They're all going to do Torb. Flash the floor, flash the floor. Oh, man. All right. Did you make any micro? I think the flash need to come out. Nice headshot. I would have flashed him here. Oh, you don't have it. Why do we not have flash? Oh, I like that. No, that flash is fine. I think it's just kind of unlucky that he gets near there. Nice headshot. Flash here. You needed a flash right when you got it. Yeah, you just wait too long on flash on that one. The macro there is good though. Okay, whatever. You had to Deadeye. You could have went top and Deadeye, I guess. That was fine. Okay, here. I think the best play, to be honest, is come left room, come up the stairs. Or sorry, come left room. Yeah, this is what I do. Come left room, come up the stairs, then drop, come in here, and shoot them from here. I think this is the best play. It's either this or you come in the mini room and you just shoot them. And this one is like not the carry play, so I don't do that one. I try to do the carry play, which is go up the stairs. Yeah, and like I don't like this rotation at all because you're just gonna take an absolute metric ton of damage. Like I prefer you just come up here. Sure, you're gonna eat a little bit of poke here, but all you do is you walk forward for a split second and then roll to the side and you're fine. I don't think I've ever died in that rotation. You can die though. It's definitely possible. But you just need to hard commit to it and don't chicken out. Just completely hard. Like here, I need you to hard rotate. Like I need you to roll here and go this way. Because even if this queen turns around, then you're gonna force her to die. Oh, as a code? Yeah, you can send it. I can actually get to it today if you send it. I'll have time. Because this is probably gonna end early. Yeah. I need you to rotate to that other room though, and not stand in main. Because what are you gonna do in main, bro? There's nothing to do here. Like the only place you can do anything is here. Because here you can shoot the Genji, here you can shoot the Ana, and actually be a kill threat. Anywhere else, you're just like, you literally have a Nerf Maverick in your hands. So yeah, like you need to do this just way earlier. Because now that your team already cleared all the space, nice. Oh my god. Demon, what? Oh my goodness. And this is what I'm saying. Like if you just have like god aim, you can, the rules of Cassidy no longer apply to you. You can just do whatever you want. If you can just like quadruple tap people, then yeah, you're fine. Oh, whoops. I'll pick that up in a second. Okay, sorry, I had to check my phone. Okay. So we come. Okay, so here, notice we have not capped point yet. Bro, what are you doing? Point's not capped yet. Do not get aggressive like this. The problem with this angle is that it's just way too close to the enemies. It's so close to them. It feels like it's a good off angle, but it's really not. It's really not. So like what you should be doing is literally running, like you should be 3 on cart right now. There's no world where you should be this close. Yeah. You should not be that close there. Your Sojourn might, but not you. You should just be on cart. Here, I also would not be on this angle right now. It's just you're too close to the enemies on that angle. Like if you want to like try to flank on cast, it's like just do this and just shoot them in the side. I don't like a Deadeye in the middle of the enemy team. Like there's 4 people here, bro. Deadeye's not gonna work. Okay. Come left side. Okay, cool. We're gonna continue rotating. Oh, monkey's dead. Right, and this is probably gonna be a common theme. Like, your tank is probably gonna die a lot because you just don't have enough pressure to be able to stop him from taking a bunch of damage. Right, so their DPS is gonna have infinite uptime on your tank, just because you're not gonna be able to do anything. Like this retake is really brutal. Like what you need to do, honestly, is just like you need to somehow find the timing to get here. And then somehow find the timing to get here, and then somehow find the timing to come all the way this way, come up the stairs, and then come this way. Like, that's gonna be the way you break this. But like here, you're just gonna get poked out every single 2 seconds and die. Like, and your tank is not gonna be able to do anything. Like here, yeah, I like the rotation, but you just get slapped in the rotation.